Hello, I'm Toycat, and this is the igloo that my world generated with, and I've survived all of these days exclusively from it. This has led me to the world you see today, but a huge new discovery has been made in our challenge because my goal is to stay above Y200 only. I have never gone below the cloud height for the full 31 days I've been here, and that has made getting stone tools impossible, and so I have all of these wooden tools. But today, that changes. We have made an incredible discovery in this world because just 5,000 blocks away, and yeah, it's a 5,000 block journey, we are going to be able to get our hands on some stone. So I've got myself a wooden pickaxe, I've got myself all of these spruce logs, and I'm going to make myself a very, very, very long pathway. So that means making all of these into spruce planks. We'll start with like this many, just to be easy, I guess. Once we made all of those spruce planks, we're then going to make all of these spruce slabs. Oh lord, look at my inventory now. It is absolutely slabtacular. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start placing it as close down low as we possibly can. So that means going to about here, actually. I think this has already been placed in an appropriate layer, and placing as many blocks as is possible, as quickly as possible. But first, I should do something important, which is sleep. I need to actually make sure I do that at the right layer. So we'll put these, we'll just put down some slabs over here. Like, in fact, yeah, let's just right here, slab, before we go to bed. Oh, I didn't bring my bed with me. Whoopsie. So let's go all the way back to bed. This is a disappointing start to my day, but I am going 5,000 blocks that way, and you're gonna join me for every single one of them. Gonna be a lot of fun. So first things first, let's get to bed. I actually did something crazy happened, chat. Something very scary is when I went out this morning, I think it might be gone by now, but yeah, one of my sheep died. I don't know how. Actually, all of that podzol. Anyway, one of my sheep died. It's a very big deal, and I need to do something about that. Also, we've accidentally converted a lot of our grass into podzol, so I'm gonna have to look out for that too. But we'll look out for it in the morning. So yeah, here is my house so far. If you want a cribs, I've got a chicken, I've got a cow. My chicken's in a very nice cage. My cow is definitely enjoying himself too. And yeah, also we're going to go ahead and just throw, I don't know, like the smallest pile of stuff into here, and then grab my bed for me. So this is the top half of my house. Then if we go downstairs, you can see the bottom half, which I think is also very lovely. So I've got this area that sometimes spawns mobs, and I've got this area where I keep 2 villagers. Eventually this is going to become a trading hall of some form. It's kind of crazy to say out loud. But we are going to obviously have to get some stone tools first. Well, I mean, not first, so obviously, but we're going to do it. It's going to be great. So free me is what I'm gonna try and do right now. Let's do our very best. So yeah, we're trying to go that way vaguely.
Thank you for spoiling us with 3 days of live streams in a row.
Twisted, thank you for spoiling me with a tip on the stream. I think it is a very, very nice thing to do. I think it is one of the things that really makes me feel appreciated, and thank you for doing precisely that. So here's the question I have, chat. We can bridge it on the top half of the slab, like I'm doing here, or the bottom half of the slab, and that way no mobs will spawn, so we could just do that right here, right now. Or we could bridge on the bottom half of the slab, which would be there, and if we do that, then mobs will spawn. So it's a bit of a which one do we want question. I'm gonna go for the non-mob spawnable one, just so an enderman doesn't spawn and accidentally look at me and then accidentally kill me. I don't want to deal with any of that, chat, and so I'm not gonna deal with any of that. We're instead just gonna start moving, and I'm gonna use my controller to turn on toggle crouch. This is a setting you can enable on PC, but you can also just have it linked up to one input mechanism. And now, as you can see, I'm gonna crouch my way over this way for as many blocks as my inventory will let me. Also, does crafting uncrouch you? Today I learned. No mobs. Also, IBXTCat, where are you going? I'm going to 5 countries I've never been to before. I'm being somewhat cryptic about what they are. The only detail I think I've revealed so far is none of the 5 countries have McDonald's. That's how you know I'm going to a far-flung part of the world. You know, if I can't eat at everyone's favorite Michelin star restaurant, then what's even the point of going somewhere? This is going to be a long stream for sure. I mean, I am a little worried about that, but I also know the rewards are going to be so worth it. And so, you know, let's go for it. Let's make that happen. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do when traveling is eat McDonald's, only because it hurts everyone else's, you know, it hurts everyone else's sensibilities. Like, no, McDonald's, to a lot of people, they don't realize, You know, like, it's like you don't appreciate the miracle of running water coming out of your tap anytime. Do you know our civilization, for the vast majority of its history, had to live near rivers? Because we needed water that darn bad. You live near an ocean. Oh, the water's salty. It will kill you if you drink it. You live, you know, in the middle of a plains with no river for 100 miles. Well, you have to walk 100 miles to get water, and you'll die in that 100-mile trek. You know, like the fact that water just comes out of your taps everywhere all the time, and it costs so little. It is basically negligible. It's a miracle, but you don't think about it, right? And McDonald's is the same way. Anywhere in the world you crave those particular fries, you can get them. It's not like, oh yeah, but they charge you a convenience fee, you know? Anywhere in the world I could theoretically get, like anything I wanted shipped. I could, I saw someone go to India and they packed every single one of their meals with them. And I thought that was like a crazy thing to me. Like, why travel to a country and not eat the food there at all? But also, it's like, you know, you can bring food anywhere. But the crazy thing about McDonald's is they bring it there and they're like, oh yeah, we'll charge you like barely £1 for this thing that has been engineered to be specifically delicious. So, yeah, Also, I remember Toy Cat found out America Sinks have garbage composters on. It's the most horrifying thing about them. It's a thing that they use in horror movies. That's how you know it's terrible. Anyway, so McDonald's is a wonderful source of, it's probably got some protein in there. But it's a wonderful source of you need to be fed. And it's so good at that. So, hey, don't underplay Wells. Their influence goes deep. Good bit, Mloddy McCall. No, Wells are terrible. The first time I made a friend from New Jersey, which in my mind, I think it's the most densely populated US state. I've heard it from, admittedly, people from New Jersey, but I think it is the, not most densely, it might be most densely, but it's like the, New Jersey is about the population density of a real country, as opposed to, you know, most US states, where it's like a bunch of nothing and then a little bit of country in like 3 clusters. So, yeah, in New Jersey, they've got like very similar laws to the UK and a lot of things, including guns, notably. Ooh, yeah, spicy topic. But, yeah, despite living in New Jersey, this like densely populated real place, despite paying, I think it was something absurd, like they pay like $9,000 a year so that they can continue to live in their house, right? You know, for city services or whatever it is. But like, do you know what you get in exchange for that? You have to find your own water. Also, they're dense in New Jersey, all right? Found the New Yorker, David. But yeah, I also look at this is my bridge so far. It's gonna go even further though, chat. So we've made it about 7% of the way, which is very good news. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. All of you, you're in a great spot if you are getting a membership right now. I'll talk more about the fun things happening with members this month, but right now is like the best time to become a member. I'll put it simply. But yeah, the fact that you have to like dig your own source of water, absolutely wild, right? Water is a luxury anyway. I mean, it's a luxury that you need every day. I think it's literally the definition of not a luxury. Like, I think if we argue that like ordering food is a luxury, yeah, that's reasonable. Like, yeah, everyone needs to eat, but not everyone needs to have someone deliver it to their house. But I think water is just a necessity. Maybe you could argue non-well water is, a luxury, but not to people living in the real parts of the world. So the idea of having a well is crazy because sometimes it'll be like, oh yeah, the water just goes brown because the well collapsed or the water's bad. Like the fact that there's water underneath the ground has never quite sat right with me. But some people, they live off that water in the ground. Do I have my bed? I do have my bed. So we're gonna crouch again. Be very careful about it. And yeah, I could go a little bit faster by not crouching. But remember, chat, if I fall below Y200, it's not just the drop that kills me. It's the fact that I failed the challenge. So even above an ocean, I'd still have to be very, very cautious. Toy Cat, should I start a new Minecraft world? Yes or no? Yeah, why not? Do it. Treat yourself. Also, hot takes of Toy Cat, says Xavier. So my biggest hot take is the McDonald's is incredible. And the only reason you don't think it's incredible is because we have a thing inside our heads where we assume the more money we spend on something, the better it must be. This is something that all sorts of, manufacturers have worked out. As long as they raise the price enough that you don't stop paying for it, you will value that thing equivalent to how much more you're paying. I think the best example of this is probably like a Netflix subscription or maybe like an iPhone. Do you know those things used to cost like £400-500 back in the original days, like 07, 08? And then they just raised them by 100 every generation. And what happened is people didn't say, oh, it costs more now. That sucks. They went, oh, the next one costs £100 more? Wow, it's a better phone, or I wouldn't be spending £100 more on it. We do backwards rationalization all the time. And so even though you'll keep going to McDonald's, you'll tell yourself, well, it's not that good. There's very few McDonald's defenders, despite the proven deliciousness. The fact that it's the same thing with like budget airlines. Like people make fun of like going on a Spirit Airlines flight, like, oh yeah, they don't even give you free drinks and snacks. And it's like, have you been on a regular airline? They don't give you free drinks and snacks anywhere anymore. And even then, would you pay double the price if you're paying double the price of a plane ticket and you're getting a drink with it, or you're getting a carry-on included? You're not, it's not that if you're paying double the price to get something included, you're actually just paying for that thing separately, right? Anyway, though, Motorola phone gang, says David Salamano. I've heard that Motorola's have got a better... no one said that, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually probably going to turn up my render distance soon. I think the higher my render distance, the better I would feel walking through this wasteland. And so we'll do it. Spirit makes you pay so much for a carry-on, though, says Sparkle Cakes. Yeah, but the thing you've got to see in it is you've just got to tell yourself, like, yeah. You can actually do this when you search on Google Flights. Put in your search, like, that plus a carry-on bag. Or be realistic and be like, how often do you need a carry-on, like, right? Like, I know this is, I remember when I was young, when I was, like, 14, 15, 16 and first getting into, the world of travel, it was an outrage that Ryanair, they were the first airline that I'd heard of doing this at the time. They're like, you don't even get to check a bag for free. You have to survive just on what you can fit in the overhead carry-on, and the bag's only this big. That's only enough for like 4 days' clothes max. What are you gonna do with 4 days' clothes on a 2-day trip? But like people acted like it was this big outrage, and maybe to them, it absolutely was. I'm gonna place some blocks over here now so I can safely sleep. I'm gonna have to light these blocks up later, but we'll just make a little stopping station, and I'll put my bed down on it. And I'm going to place 2 more blocks. I want it to be impossible for me to wake up dead. So that's what I'm going to... Oh, it's not nighttime yet. I'm going to place down a little torch here just to make sure nothing does spawn. Maybe a fox spawns here later. But now we can start bridging this way. Just a little bit more. But now it should be nighttime. Okay. Please don't kill me, Minecraft. I'm begging you. Don't do it. Don't do it. It didn't do it. Thank God. Okay, back to this. Oh, actually, let's turn it up. So, but yeah, people were like outraged. They're like, that's why their flights are so cheap. It's because they force people not to have, and it's like, well, like you're making the choice ultimately, right? You get to look at the information and make your decision. So yeah, I think the wild thing about, man, I don't know how we got into such a deep rant about McDonald's. I don't know how we started the stream on that, chat. I love McDonald's though. It's great. And I think that one of the interesting things about it is that even though they've done all that effort into standardization, they then worked out that a certain degree of standardization isn't desirable. And so every country has a unique McDonald's item. Some countries have like a, unique menu design. So in India, they don't like eating cows for interesting reasons. Half the population's vegetarian and the other half think that cows are sacred. Or maybe the entire. Anyway, the point is they don't eat beef. And so what do? No beef burgers. When they go to a Jewish country, don't ask me which Jewish country, but when they go to Jewish countries, they're like, okay, all one of them that exist in the world, they're like, oh, in kosher dietary requirements, they don't eat meat and cheese together. You can't eat 2 different types of food from the same animal for some reason. I don't know. I need to speak to a Jewish person to help me understand that. But anyway, so as a result, they don't do it. There's like these little things. So yeah, the modern miracle that is like, you don't have to think about where you're going to get food. Because if you're in the wild and you're near, let's say there's at least 3,000 people within a square mile. Well, let's say within 10 square miles. As long as you're somewhat near civilization, you can just get food And it's not even like, oh, you get the bare minimum. There's a potato they make you eat and you only, it's not fun. It's like, no, you get a meal that has, maybe it's too high in saturated fats, but your body loves it, is the point, and that's why they do it. Also, are all of the countries you're going to on the same continent? The answer is sort of. Yeah, it's a bit of a messy one, actually. There's a lot of places where they don't really have a decent continent definition. Like, continents are so dumb as a concept because, like, I don't know, like, New Zealand is a part of the Australian continent, but there's 1,000 miles of ocean between them. It's still the same landmass, though, because, I know it's dumb. I think it's wild that we can say they're the same continent, but then if you look at Turkey, you can say, depending on which side of the country you're on, you're in a different continent. Even you can jump 1 mile across the Black Sea, I think it is, the Bosphorus Strait, and I think that's kind of wild, personally. How many slabs do I have left? I've got a decent number, and I can always make more, which is the good news. So, Cat, you forgot the bed. Oh, it's gonna be a long way back to that bed, but it's only gonna get longer if I don't go back and do it now. So let's go, chat. In the meantime, let's appreciate the view. It's a little intimidating, to be sure. Yeah, I do not like what's happening here. It's fine. You can walk quite far to the edge of one of these just to show you. I can get all the way here before I fall off. So as long as I feel centered, I'm probably not going to fall off this. So let's run. Oh, actually, we can't run. We cannot afford to run, chat. Very sad. Yeah, saying something is dumb when you don't understand it, says Un Perrier. I think that is a... I think there's like an instinct inside of humans to be like, yeah, if we don't get something, then, it's really... That's the kind of backwards rationalization I'm talking about, where it's so much easier to tell yourself a story of like, oh, the reason their flights are so cheap is that they must be bad. It's so much easier for a story to tell yourself than like, oh yeah, well, they get the economics if they'd rather fill a plane 90% and get the cheaper landing slots and cheaper gate bridges and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of very good reasons not to use a budget airline, but people will never talk about them because they're too busy talking about the... Also, what do I do with these slabs? Okay, I'll turn some of them into slabs, and then I'll turn this one into a button, and I'll put the button down on the crafting table so nothing spawns there. Boom. No, my bed. Okay, so it's snowing, which is bad. Yeah, I won't be able to tell when it's nighttime now, but we'll just try to keep an eye on that. I mean, it doesn't matter when it's nighttime, I guess, in theory. Yeah, you could argue it doesn't actually matter at all. Reading chat while walking on a 1-block path 200 blocks high, absolutely nothing could go wrong. Totally agree, Jimmy Riddle. Also, where does the snow come from? You're above the clouds. I never thought about that, but you're totally right. Where is the snow coming from? It doesn't make any sense that it's up here, chat. This is a very big flaw in design. Okay, so we're gonna continue our pathway this way now. Just gotta keep on rolling. And in this direction is where we're going. So something incredible that was found, chat. Someone found it in the comment section of my last Igloo stream. But apparently there is another mountain which has some gravel on it. So if I take that gravel, I can only drop things down, which is useful. I'll be able to make a fletching table. So I'll be able to renewably turn my, wood into emeralds. I don't have a real use for emeralds yet, but I'm working on that part. Thank you, Brian Harshman, for becoming a channel member. I'm surprised you're not already. I thought you were, Brian. Again, now's a great time to be a channel member. So because I'm going away for a couple of weeks, I didn't want to leave, especially stream viewers in general, but like I wanted to make sure there was some fun stuff, and so we've got a couple of member videos going out over that time, which I think will be quite a bit of fun. Also, why is the snow not going on the slabs? Snow won't go on slabs, to put it simply, if they're on the bottom half. Like, snow can only land on the top half of a block. And so, as you can see, we're entirely fine. No issues here. No sorry. So, yeah, this is my 1,000 block mark. Very, very, ooh, scary. Very cool mark to officially be at. Oh yeah, look, you know, I've got to crouch again, chat. This is making me too nervous. Can you reveal the add-on stuff? Says Inimitable Gaming. I'll tell you this much. I wanted to do an add-on that made Minecraft harder, not easier. And it's currently with Minecraft. But I think there's like a 6-month delay between when you send them an add-on and when they release it. Wait, why are you doing this again? Says Grishma. It's a good question to ask. And the answer is because I want to get some stone. Or maybe I've gone crazy and I've decided, you know what? I'd better build myself some land. Because if you think about it, if I just cover the entire stretch up here with slabs, I won't have to look at what's below, and then it can't hurt me anymore. It's so sad having to look at all this spruce and just realizing I'm not going to see it. So how far do you have to go, says Guinea Pig's Adventures? I have to go all the way out to 2,500, 2,500. So 5,000 blocks away from my igloo spawn. And, to put it politely, that's a bit of a journey. And so I had 4 stacks of logs, or I had a full inventory full of slabs, and I made a second inventory full of slabs. And those 2 are only going to get me there on the Z coordinate. We're going to have to go back to go on the X, which is going to be it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a whole thing, let me tell you. But, yeah, we're bridging. It's going well. You'll use a lot of spruce planks to make slabs. Yeah, today is going to be the slabbiest day ever. You're going to see so many slabs be made. It's going to be very satisfying if you like them. Also, 1,000 blocks. Congrats. In fact, 1,111 blocks now. That's the real congrats. You proud of me, chat? I'm proud of me. At least it's not like 7,500 blocks. So if I want to go to the gravel, I think it's about 7,500 blocks away. Or it might be 9,000, but it's definitely too far. Also, that's a lot of slabs, says Guinea Pig Adventures. Yeah, let's just say I've been preparing for this for a little bit, and I hope it goes well. Also, I don't understand why the goal isn't an iron farm. You have access to beds and villages. So, the iron farm would take a very long time to put together, because I don't have access to the means to... okay, so there's 2 reasons, right? One is the fact that I need to get 20 villagers, which means I need to have, I think, 18 bread times 18 or something. So I need 366 bread, and I have no real sustainable way to farm a lot of blocks yet. That's going to change a little bit in the future. But right now, it's very, very hard, let's say. I'm starting a position to make Toy Cat real. That would be amazing. You mean as opposed to a toy cat, I'm going to be a real cat? You know, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? So, all the way out here at 1,200 blocks. We've done a pretty decent job, I would say, of coming this far. But I also have to make a concession at this point, chat. This bridge is very, very nice. In fact, should we make another little place to stop in with our bed? So yeah, as we make it to 1,200 blocks, or 1,250 blocks is where we'll say it, that will be halfway there on the Z-axis, and then I still have to go another 2,500 blocks on the X-axis. So if I've been going for 20 minutes so far, chat, I need to go for another 1 hour, 20 minutes to make it the rest of this way. Except, because, you know, there's always going to be one of these. Except I actually don't have enough spruce to make it there right now. I could be wrong. I need to recheck my maths here. So let's just place one of those. Put some blocks over here. Put some blocks over there. Okay, so we're going to go to bed. Oh, Christ, that's scary. You know, it's a beautiful night, isn't it? Very beautiful night. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't have enough spruce slabs. I have enough to get to around about 2,000, maybe 2,500 or so. But I don't have enough to get all the way out to 2,500, 2,500. So what we have to do is we have to go back with that in mind and chop down enough spruce trees to fill up all of these slots right here. In fact, more than all of those slots. But that's what I have to do right now. But just before we do that, we'll place a few more. Like, get maybe another slab of these out. Another stack of these out. I was hoping that while we went this way, I would find some piece of terrain that I just missed. But as you can see, this entire 1,200 block journey, there's been nothing, chat. There has been absolutely nothing. Also, almost fell. Yeah, it's so scary waking up. I do not like it. Also, yeah, I'm glad so many people liked your World Dasher. I thought it was a very cool one. Also, how long will you be gone for, says Natasha's? It's slightly under 2 weeks, but it works out to about 2 weeks, I think, because, you know, like, you have to travel there. Yeah, I'm going to a lot of places. I'm very excited. Did you light the platform up? I wasn't paying attention. I did not. I probably should. That's probably a good idea, Kaz Wilkinson. I think I will do that. So I'm just going to place the last 54 here. Going forwards a bit more. As you can see, after all these blocks, after 1300, we're still in a spruce biome, or a tiger biome. My brain just has to call it the spruce biome, chat. It's the biome with the spruce trees, so it's like not uninformative. Forever, he isn't coming back, he's lying. Yeah, you know, why do I even need that igloo? Why can't I just live up here? I bet if I walk enough blocks, I'll eventually find another igloo, chat. You don't want to turn toggle crouch on? No, because then I'll have to turn it off when I'm done. Too bad Toycat never made it to my end. It's a giant aquarium. Yeah, is that where you're collecting all of the fish, Dasher? How do you stop them from floating to the bottom? Or the opposite of floating to the bottom, I guess. Sinking is the word. So now we're going to go on a 1,000 block walk this way. Yeah, it's a little bit daunting. But as long as we set it up right. Yeah, I don't trust my mouse. That's my problem. Maybe this would be a best done on a controller. No, my controller, I trust even less that input method. Maybe if I just, like, unplug my mouse. Yeah, chat, I'm just going to unplug my mouse. And then that way I won't be able to change the direction. Okay, tell me if you think this is insane, because it definitely is. But this is what I'm going to do, chat. I'm just going to unplug my mouse. I'll press escape first, just in case that changes something. My mouse has been unplugged. And now... Oh, no, I'm in the wrong direction. Okay. Is there anything I can do about that? I'm going to replug in my mouse, chat, and I'm going to make sure I'm looking forwards. Because I'm just... That's what worries me here more than anything else. So we're going to go in a vaguely straight line. Okay, go back to escape. Unplug the mouse. There we go, chat. Now I can slink like a snake. Yeah, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but not having a mouse plugged in really helps. This is, by the way, I just want to point out, this is the reason why controllers are great. Have I ever considered unplugging or taking off my right stick? On my Elite controller, you actually can do that, but, oh, I think I might be leaning left slightly here, chat. What do you think? Oh, yeah, you know, call me crazy, but I'm feeling a little bit, oh, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like I'm drifting to the left. So all I have to do is do that every now and then, and I'll fix it. My mouse is obedient. I don't touch it, and it won't move. I feel like my mouse is theoretically obedient. But, you know, you think a mouse is obedient till you put cheese in front of it, and then you realize what it thinks about your rules. So yeah, now we just have to go on this whole block. Just to show you how long this journey is. It's going to take me most of 5 minutes just to walk and achieve nothing. But that is how far our journey takes us. He's going to walk off the edge. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to plug in my mouse again. I'll just try to trust it. I'll try to believe in it. Okay, I'll go slightly right there. I think I'm going too right now, chat. I'm so scared of over-adjusting it and getting this wrong. This is how you're going to end up dying. Yeah, it's going slightly right now. Yeah, I'll concede that is true. Okay, so we just line up this with the middle of the slab. Then I should always be pointed in the right direction. I kind of want to sprint. It doesn't make it any more dangerous. But it will use up my food faster. And I'm leveling with you now, chat. I don't have much food. And the food I do have, I want to feed to villagers. Because I am trying to get a villager farm going. So yeah, one of the reasons I need to head all the way out there, it's not just to get stone tools. That would be cool, right? But also, chat, if I go out far enough, as I intend to do right now, then something fun is I'll be able to bring back furnaces. And so make myself like a blast furnace. Make myself a smoker, and then I'll be able to buy food, and like basically so many of my tech problems get solved for what I'm about to do right now. So that is very, very, very good if I can do it. Also, just build a minecart track. You're right, David. I feel like that is a good solution to the problem right here. Why do I not just build a minecart track? Anyone got a better idea? Maybe a blue ice highway? I mean, if we just wait for the wandering traders to spawn, maybe that would happen. So yeah, one of the things that I am bummed out about here, chat, is I really want the Wandering Trader to spawn. I still have no sign of him around here anywhere. I was just kind of hoping that maybe he would, but no sign of him. Also, ooh, a crafting table checkpoint. It's a good way to see it. It's a little checkpoint to let me know how far my journey's gone. But yeah, this is the closest mountain biome with a healthy amount of stone that is above Y200. And I've traveled a quarter of the way there so far, chat. Just to drill in how long of a journey this is going to be. Rails. Yeah, some guardrails would be nice. But also, do you know how expensive those would be? Maybe if I get an iron axe and a bunch of bone meal. Even then, you know, would I want to? Would I want to, chat? Just get a horse. Definitely wasn't hard enough getting a sheep. Oh, honest. Okay, that's a joke, Ad and Sony. But I actually think I know how to get a horse. Again, 9,000 blocks away, there is a savanna biome. Okay, I think maybe might be onto something here. Maybe, just maybe. Do you need a large platform for the trader to spawn? Yes. No, I think in theory 1 block should do it. I don't know enough about the Wandering Trader rules. The wiki isn't specific enough about it. If anyone feels like doing a deep dive into the Minecraft code to help me out, why would the Wandering Trader not spawn this high? He has to have a height max on him, or he would have spawned by now. It's been 34 days and I haven't seen him once. On Superflat, you see him every day. It could be he picks like an X and Z coordinate and then chooses to spawn. In which case I need to place a bunch of like 2 high slabs somewhere. But yeah, I don't know what the answer is. You're not above Y200, you're at 200. I'm technically at 200.5. If you feel like, you know, if you feel like getting technical on me, Raya King, I'll get technical right back at you. I'm at 200.5 because I'm on a slab. Minecraft just rounds down its counter. But it doesn't mean I'm actually there. So yeah, that was my journey so far. You can see it extends way off out into the render distance. I now need to chop down another 6 stacks of spruce logs. And I have to do it using a wooden axe, or I could theoretically use those pieces of stone. Should we chat? Is it worth it? 3 pieces of... No, I think we'll just chop it down with my thing. Also, I messed up, and as you can see, I turned all of my grass into podzol. Real big mistake. Don't do this, is my only pro tip I can give you. Because you don't... No one should want this. I don't think anyone does want it, if I'm being honest. So let's just place the grass back. And then let's sneak under here. And then let's... when there's... I'm worried that the sheep will fall. Yeah, I think he's like pretty solidly on that block. So maybe we'll remove this block first. And then we'll put grass back there, or dirt back there. And then we can let that deal with itself later. So the grass is still going to have to like re-spread this way now. It's going to be a whole pain. Don't do what I've done here, chat. It makes your life a lot harder. But now what we are going to do is we're going to remove the podzol or dirt underneath the spruce sapling. Look at it, chat. It's all turned into podzol. It's terrible. And we're going to grow a lot of giant spruce trees. A lot of giant spruce trees. So we're going to grow 1 over here. We're going to grow 1 over here. We can grow 1 inside of there, because... Actually, yeah, I think because I've got the ladder, it'd be really clever to just... Well, not clever, but handy. To grow 1 here, and then we'll grow another 1 over here or something. We'll have to pick up another piece of dirt, but we can do that. It's fine. So, in fact, let's just take 1 of these. Take this piece of dirt, and let's go with it. Then once we've got these placed down, we'll put some saplings on all of them. Again, I really don't want my saplings to grow in the wrong places, I've realized now. So that's at least useful. Do I have the saplings on me? Yes, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so, yeah, again, 6 stacks of spruce should be equivalent to about, you know, like 4 or 5 trees. So if we place all of these and let them grow, we'll be in a very good spot. They'll turn into podzol, but it will be fine. Okay, now it's time to... Okay, how do I get up here? I have to place a slab. Pro tip, if you want to place a slab on top of a slab, make it a different slab, and that way you'll, you know, I'm talking craziness right now, but it's useful, okay? Also, does spruce wood give podzol? Why does spruce wood give podzol? What's the use for it? I think podzol is theoretically good if you wanted, like theoretically, right? Entirely theoretically. If you wanted to place mushrooms down, it's good for that, I think. And that's the use. That is 100% of the theory. Okay, now we're gonna place our red bed back down here and just go to sleep. So, I had a wandering trader spawn on a single emerald block above a bell in my village center. Also, when aren't you talking craziness? Valid point, actually. Very valid point. Yeah, passive mob farms spawn in trades, and they are super high up. Wandering traders tend to stay within a chunk of their initial spawning place, so if it spawned without your knowledge, it might have be out of luck with building a giant platform to find its spawn. So, that seems confusing to me, but I'll roll with it. Okay, let's shear some more leaves. No, we do need to do that to get some food, actually. Let's just use the last of the shears up. Surprised how long that lasted. Then, oh god, use these in the composter. Please grow. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Now we got one piece of bone meal, and I'll use that to get some carrots. Because carrots are my friend. Is this carrot fully grown? It is. So that carrot is not. I feel like nothing happened when I tried to grow that carrot, but that's a different problem. Okay. Now we have to go and chop down the rest of these slabs. Let's do it. And a chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Why don't you break your eggs to get baby chickens for food? I've still only got 15 eggs, so statistically that's not going to be a large number of extra eggs. Podzol is solely responsible for the shroom boom. Yeah, I think Podzol is solely useful for getting mushrooms, and even then, like, do you need that? Do you have another bed in your inventory? No, I'm going to keep that bed as my main bed. I have to remember that that is true. Okay, so now we put the axe and this together. Also, Chase Jimin says, true my dear, can Toycat beat Minecraft before a milkshake beats Toycat? Where did my axe go? There it is. The answer is no. I got a Ninja Creamy recently, chat, or rather I got a Ninja Creamy for someone in my household and now I use it. That's the best type of gift. Pro tip, buy people gifts that you can use. As a, you know, when I was 12, I hated that. Now, as an adult, it's great. You know, being on the other end of that. But anyway, so I got a Ninja Creamy recently, and so you can just the sales pitch is you can turn anything into ice cream. It's like it's a home making ice cream machine, I guess we could say. And boy is it cool. Boy is it cool being able to do that. But it means I have been eating a lot of ice cream. And every single time, even if I have like only half the tub, I'm pretty restrained with myself. It's just, it doesn't go well. I even woke up the next morning because I had a bunch of cheese after eating one of them too. And my stomach just hurt. And I was like, oh, okay. There's something about milkshake, even like, specifically if I use like oat milk or like because a lot of people just say like that's clearly lactose intolerance. Like, no, it's something about the thickness or the fat, or I'm not smart enough to tell you what is wrong. I'm just able enough to tell you that a milkshake would get me long before I could beat Minecraft. I'd have to practice my speed running. Is what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. So that's our first tree down. Now we just wait for another one. In the meantime, we can chop down these, I guess, and it will technically help me. Might also get me some food. So chop down these blocks and then jump over to here. You will use it for 2 more weeks before you never use it again. Yeah, that's the same. I got an ice machine or an ice maker, and I love ice. And the idea of like having it be fresh is really cool. But it's also like, oh yeah, it was all the time. It has to like constantly recreate the ice. I'm like seeing the downsides of the idea. But I'm still gonna use. It's gonna be a great like few weeks of use for that. The novelty is still there. Today I made a drink and I had turned it off. I was like, that's a bummer. What am I gonna do? Have a slightly cold drink? Also, the tree grew, chat. I don't know when that happened, but here I am. I'll start from the top and go down on this one, I think, if I can. I need to get a new pair of shears before we properly come down this, but different problem, different time. Okay, so still climbing it. At this point, maybe it would be better just to start chopping in. Okay, let's chop down some spruce logs. So if we get just under a stack per tree, I'm probably gonna have to chop down 8 trees to get all of the blocks we need. Which is just fine, I guess. So, Kat, is there an end goal for this world? Techno, I'm glad you asked that question. I think it's a really important one to ask. Honestly, I love playing survival and just pushing the bounds every day. But I think a lot of people need to have that end goal to, like, understand a series like this. And so I think I'm going to define my end goal as something fun like, let's go to the Nether, right? Can we go to the Nether? I think we could probably draw... Yeah, I don't know. I think that's as far as you can say. Also, use a hole in the oak leaves to get apples. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to say as our end goal. But my actual end goal, if you want me to be honest with you, is I would like it to be. I would like to get. I would really like. I'll even say. I would really like to get to the point where I have hundreds of unique items. I want to have a villager trading hall from my igloo, and I want to get access to everything that I can. End goal, bucket of lava. Seems like the UK is recovering from the natural gas price surge since Toycat is having ice drinks in the winter. You know what's dumb, Dasher? All of my electricity, the electricity that comes to my house, is 100% renewable, but I have to pay the same price for that very cheap because renewable energy, it's not always... Oh, that's bad. Renewable energy, it can't supply the entire grid, and so, like, you know, you understand it. But I have to pay the price off natural gas energy anyway. But yeah, it has it's gone down a little bit. It's still, I think we have the highest electricity price in Europe. I think maybe the world. We have very, very, very high electricity prices here. I think what it is actually we have the highest commercial electricity costs in the world, which is not good, to be clear. Also, let's combine our shovels together just to free up an inventory space. Yeah, nice. Yeah, we have absurdly high energy costs in the UK. But also I like cold drinks. A little also Lamau, you being scammed. Yeah, no, it's a feature of the energy market. I still don't know if I necessarily disagree with it, but in the UK, to encourage, like, we've never had lots of countries, you hear about them having grid failures, like, oh yeah, it's like every few years the grid goes down, but not for long. And it's like in the UK that doesn't happen. Like, your electricity doesn't turn off here, and that's because the electricity market basically says, also, let's trade for one more emerald, use that emerald to get some shears, and then we'll use those shears to get some food, because clearly I've learned I'm going to need a lot of it for this trip. The way the energy market works in the UK is you know, rather than, like, okay, renewables want to sell for 12p, coal wants to sell for 30p, and natural gas wants to sell for 40. The most expensive unit is the price of the entire market, you could say. And the argument in favor of that is it means, like, oh yeah, it's really, really good to invest in electricity because you get paid that, like, top tier unit. And it also means that you're always going to be willing to drive up that price to make sure the grid doesn't fail. And so it doesn't fail. Even, like, even on, like, the busiest days for Europe where they have no electricity to sell, no electricity to spare, so they can't sell it, they will sell electricity that they really can't find the capacity for, so that they can get the higher prices, right? There's electricity markets are a complicated thing, and I don't want to claim that I know them 100%. But I never knew about all of this. Yeah, electricity, like, it also loving these streams. Here's enough money for a taco or about 1 liter of gas. I think I'm thinking of renting a car for like 6 months, just to like see how I use it. So I will buy a liter of petrol, as we call it, and I'll let you know how that goes for me. I don't want to shop around for what is objectively the same thing, actually, to get to me, says Chilius Bean. Oh yeah, well the energy market's all done on the back end, right? So what then happens is then the companies who do that shopping around, they say to you, here is the price of a unit, so make it work. You know, should we just go back to dunking on people who don't like McDonald's? It's much better than this. Also, I know where you're going away. It's to broker some Musk Farage Starmer talk, says Polly. I've never seen the UK so united. Like, you know, we have the word united in our name, but like seeing there is something about you know, like being like, you know, because some people don't like Elon Musk, right? That's been true even before he bought Twitter. It's gonna be true no matter what he does. That's a natural fact of life. But like generally speaking, when you say some people hate someone, you mean like 10% of people. You know, some people hate me. I think I'm lucky that it's probably only 5% of people that despise me. But you know, like people are always gonna hate people. That's the natural equilibrium state, I think. But yeah, despite that fact, recently Elon Musk has taken some shots at like specifically our government, which is chill. That's what people love doing too. That isn't even that controversial. I feel uneasy having people from another country criticize. You know, it's like when someone's mean to your family. You're like, no, that's my job. I get to be mean to them. But like you know, like despite that, the thing that's really crazy is you know, Elon Musk taking a particular pet interest in British politics, and then going a step further about it and being like, oh yeah, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to pick my favorite party, and then I'm going to tell that party which policies to support, and try and get the leader changed in that party if they don't like them. Like, you know, fair play to Mr. Fair play to that party for pulling that off. But yeah, the whole of the UK is just like, yeah, he's got people agreeing with Farage. Yeah, like to be fair, I think like people don't give people, you know, like hear something about Nigel Farage and don't give enough credit as a politician for like, again, even if you disagree with every piece of politics he tries to pass, the like way that he tries to, the way that he passes them is at least clever, right? Or the way that he manages to frame a debate or whatever. Like it's good politics even if you don't agree with the flavor of the politics. Whereas what is and so like weirdly, I think that is like the most impressive thing you could do is like if you had an endorsement from Elon Musk, it would genuinely hurt you a lot more than it would help you. And whether he realized that or whether he just got lucky, I don't actually know. But yeah, he pulled it off. So yeah, if you're not familiar, if you're from the international and you're like, what are you talking about, Toy Cat? The leader of our not furthest right, like populist right party, we could say, has had a bit of a disagreement with Elon Musk recently, and made some headlines here or there. Okay, so now I'm gonna put down some more saplings. I don't think I need them, but I, might as well just do it, right? I think I'm gonna plant these trees down there, chat, so I can like chop them from the top down. Because if I plant the trees down at the bottom here, I'll be able to like grow it from, chop it down from up here. I think that's how this is going to work. Let's find out. So, Cat, what's your dinner? Says Carrie Yang. I got a meal subscription service that's like healthy, balanced meals or something like that. With the goal being like the macros are meant to be. I'm not going to try and talk about that side of things. But the idea is like it's healthy meals that are 450 calories or something like that, and that the sales pitch is that they're meant to taste good. I have my disagreements with the sales pitch, let me tell you. But yeah, broadly speaking, okay, so let's just put that there. I don't want to spend too much time here. It's very, very nervy. And now let's go up for one last big push. Those 4 saplings make me anxious. He's going to kill his grass again. Oh, do you think they're too close? I bet they will. I don't think they're too close. Oh, unless you mean like the 4 over here. Oh, yeah, I'm surprised those didn't grow. Very lucky they didn't grow too. Okay, boom. I'm going to put the last of the spruce leaves that I picked up into here. Oh, that was very lucky. And then I'm thinking I could grow some more carrots, but I'll wait a bit on that. Because I do need carrots for my journey, but I don't need them right now. Now we can climb to the top of this. And let's... Ooh, shouldn't have taken damage there. Bit of a waste, really. Now we can start chopping down the tree from the top. And we'll do the same on the other side. Also, yeah, what's the brand of meals? It's called Thrive. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I tried one... So do you know Factor? I tried them because they wanted to sponsor me while I was... And like, very fortunately, they're like, yeah, we only deliver to the US. But I had a US address at the time. And I really liked Factor. I was like... I was living in Vegas, so my biggest problem with them was like, I want to go out and eat cool food. If I'm paying however many hundreds of dollars in rent a month, I'd better be enjoying the amenities, And one of the best bits about living in a densely populated place is there are people who make you food, right? That's the McDonald's argument, except McDonald's cracked something genius. Something that I've realized, despite being like a lover of the urban environments, I've realized that you can't have an idea that's successful if you can't crack at least, suburban areas, right? But ideally, if you can't crack like rural areas too. Because it's really, any concept works in a city. You can do all sorts of insane things here. Maybe, like even McDonald's, if you've ever been to basically every, if you've been to every major train station in London, they have a turnover of like 60 people a minute. They're managing to pay their thousands in rent, not necessarily renting, but like Although I bet a lot of them are probably rented from TFL. McDonald's tries not to rent, but anyway. But they're paying their like thousands in rent or equivalent opportunity cost rent because they can just have so many customers roll through there. It's like a very impressive thing to me. But yeah, the McDonald's. Sorry, I wish Factor delivered to the UK. Says Kit Kat. Yeah. Factor's it was really good. Factor is anti-union. So, do you think that is actually something that should make you not shop at a company? Like, if you are... I think that... Also, Musk isn't a genius, says Taco Cat. You can be smart and still be wrong, right? Can we conclude that? I'm not going to say he's a genius. I think genius is such a loaded word. Like, no one is a genius, right? But I think you can... conclude that even if he's not like an engineer smart, like he's not personally coming up with cold fusion or even like electric propulsion for cars, you have to be really business smart to be able to market, like, to not even like just like ignore the marketing stuff that he does, which I think is a whole interesting point. But like the fact that like scaling Tesla from a business that basically rebadged cars from another brand became like loved by enthusiasts to becoming mass market. Like it was at one point the biggest selling electric car brand, and like that is like, you know, I think still is the best selling car model in the world is a Tesla. It's crazy to be able to make that shift without losing some brand identity, right? But by making the brand identity apparently a love for a particular breed of US politics. People are always quick to call people they dislike dumb. Yeah, I discussed this. I made a video today about Notch while I was gone, like a mini filler, I guess we could say. It's one of the ones that makes me nervous because again, I spoke about some heavy issues as, you know, like even-handedly, or, you know, like as cautiously as I could. Also, what'd I just do? Did I do that? Ugh, sucks. But so we got 5 bone meal now. We could probably make enough to make the wheat to get our first villager breed done. But yeah, you have to be a genius to successfully convince people Doge was popular. Yeah, do you have to be a genius, or do you just have to realize how dumb everyone else is? Is that which way around does that go? So I'll put the... No, I'm gonna have to make 2 axes. I can't make any axes right now. Oh, I don't have the things. So 1 axe and 2 axe, and that should get me through the rest of this. I'm gonna pick up any extra eggs, throw them in here alongside that, and I guess we'll keep the sticks just in case we need them. So yeah, we've got 3 stacks now. We need 6 stacks, chat, and then that should get me there if my maths is correct. Oh, messed up there. It's fine. I'll just convert it into planks, and then we'll work it out. It's chill. So IBX Toy Cat, with those big trees in your mob farm, zombies and skeletons will stay there all day long. Yeah, I am gonna chop down the trees before I leave. Hopefully, that is the plan. Did I plant more trees, or did I not finish chopping those? We'll find out. So yeah, I think that this playthrough is painful to watch for some reason, says Clay King. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying it's like watching AI play Minecraft, because you're doing such, you know, like, this is not how Minecraft is meant to be played. But that's just something that I have, that it just inherently appeals to me, knowing stuff like that is true. I like when things are weird and janky and a bit broken. Okay, so let's chop down all of this wood. Just get it done while we're here, right? And then maybe even get some saplings from it. Then we'll go back up here where I've made a mistake. Can I recover from that mistake? Yeah, I just have to climb higher up the tree, then shear a path back into it. Maybe place the loop leaf back. And here we go. Back into the tree we go. So, yeah, chat. I think it's this concept that is commonly used in conspiracy theories, where understanding something is so crucial to our well-being that we would rather understand something wrong than believe we don't understand it. And so that is why, you know, like, if you think about every conspiracy theory, it comes from this root of how terrible it is to not know something. Like, you know, if you think about, like, I don't know, the moon landing conspiracy, the reason it works is because there's a part of you that goes like, you know, could it be? Or like the Earth being flat. Like the Earth feels flat, and then a bunch of people say, look, it's so clearly round. Here's the experiments we've done to prove it. And they'll talk about like, oh yeah, well, if you think about flights when you're on them, you can see the curvature of the horizon. And it's like, I've never seen that personally. You know, people act like you're dumb for not understanding something. And so having an opportunity to be like, no, you're dumb, you don't understand. And so that also works of like big divisive figure. Like some people, you know, smart people or not. Again, it feels like it's a praise, and I want to assure you, like, just mention that the whole he managed to unite a country against him, which is actually, you know, remarkably, if not stupid, at least dangerous as a decision. But you know, don't take this as praise. But you even like there are lots of moves that genuinely I don't think you can understand from very, very intelligent people. Like there are some people who there are some people in governments and who run corporations and who, you know, like, I don't know, it's like when you're in school and you realize there's a teacher that you thought was smart, but actually they like getting away with doing very little. So the moon conspiracy exists because nobody went to the moon for real. Yeah, it's like it seems like the technology that would get you to the moon seems so far-fetched that wouldn't it be nicer to believe that we didn't go? Wouldn't that be easier? That if someone says, like, but how do we do that? Like, how do we get the rocket technology in, like, 1969? And you could just say, like, oh, we didn't. And it's like, oh, that's easy. And every conspiracy is built on this same angle of, like, it would be nicer to believe, wouldn't it? And so why can't we just? Why can't we just do that? So I've got 4.5 stacks now, or 4 and a bit stacks. I think calling that a half is a little generous, to say the least. And now I'm just going to throw my sapling in here, because otherwise I can't store things. And then out we go. More chopping to do today. I'm hoping we can get the rest of this from the bottom here. There shouldn't be that many blocks, right? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I hate the conspiracy theories become inherently associated with crazy and wrong ideas. Some are wax short, but they aren't just theories of conspiracies. Yeah, I think it's okay to have a conspiracy theory that I think one of the most interesting things about I think there are, first of all, there's some conspiracy theories that have been proven right? Like that implying that they're all crazy and never possibly correct. That is wrong. Some percent of conspiracy theories later turn out to be the truth. But I also think the issue is like, yeah, implying that they are crazy means that people will think like, oh yes, well I would never fall for a conspiracy. And it's like, but again, we all have, on a low level, I think we do this all the time. I think, I haven't mentioned this chat, but I don't think so. But I had a neighbor just randomly scream. I had to, like, you know, I have an outdoor camera, so I could, like, just about pick it up later. But I just started screaming, and I was like, I bet that's us. I have no idea what it could humanly be about, but it's a neighbor who likes to yell, so. You know, like, they have all sorts of issues of, like, I can't even describe. I don't even know if it's like a standard neighbor thing, if they're like on the neighbor spectrum or not, because they're really, really polite when we talk in person. The only time we're not is if it's like, oh yeah, I wish you told, like, you know, it's like, I wish you told me you were starting building work tomorrow, because, you know, then I could have planned my day around or something. And it's like, oh, that could be considerate of me, my bad, you know. But you know, usually it's like really courteous and polite. But every now and then there's like a real wacky opinion of like, you better not be installing gas here. And it's like, I'm not installing gas, but also I you know, that's I don't know why you would assume I was. But also that's a little bit weird. That you think that, oh, ow, that really sucks, chat. I'm gonna have to waste some of my bone meal just on making food to heal up from that. It's okay. It's chill. Wanted to eat some carrots anyway. It's good for my eyesight. But yeah, it's like, I'm really lucky that I don't have neighbors that are like, you know, like antisocial in any way. But they're antisocial in the, like, I guess they're so antisocial that is its own type of antisocial, where like they always have an issue with something that's going on, but in the name of like, oh yeah, well, you know, we want things to look nice here, and so I'm very upset with, you know, it's stuff like that. Like, I also David Solomano, did she have a screaming license? Yeah, that is the thing, right? Is like that is being like it was screaming because of some, I don't know, something to do with birds. But the fact that she was screaming is inherently antisocial. She might think like, my neighbors are being antisocial, I'll scream at them. But that's one of the troubles, right? But yeah, my point with all of that was to say it's much easier to just believe like, oh yeah, she's just crazy. She's or like I asked one of my friends, like I told him about it, and he was like, you know, I bet it's something about like, you know, you've got this house here, by yourself in your 20s, not for long, by the way, but I feel like maybe his theory was like, oh yeah, maybe it's like one of those things of like, it would be much easier for me to just believe like, oh yeah, she's just jealous. I mean, it doesn't actually make too much sense because like she also has a house here, but presumably, you know, it was much harder and also bought at a substantially cheaper price at a substantially different time. But yeah, the idea of like, okay, so we've got 4 stacks and 3/4 now. Did I go for an entire axe and only get 3/4? Okay, that's very interesting. Let's make 2 more axes, shall we? So saplings go away. Axes, get in here. So I'm gonna have to make some more axe wood. Let's do it. And that should definitely do it right there. This will be enough oak to get. This should be enough spruce to get me where I'm going, I hope. So yeah. What do you mean not for long? Are you 29? I assumed you were younger. Yeah. I am 29, Richard Montgomery. This is the dumbest way to chop down a tree. How am I taking this much damage? I'm doing it all wrong, chat. So I'm gonna grow this now, and then I'm gonna grow this. And then I'm going to plant the seeds back in. And I'm going to just... The next piece of wheat that looks like it's about to grow. In fact, if I just chop this one here, that'll be enough to finally make my 6 pieces of wheat. My 6 pieces of what am I calling it? Bread. Okay, chat. This is now enough pieces of bread that I can feed my villagers. And if I feed them, they will reproduce. I'm going to give them 3 pieces each. And it's going to be revolutionary. Let me tell you. 23, am I going to live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. I haven't heard that. Whatever that is a reference to. Sounds alarming. Okay, so I'm giving this guy some bread. Then I'm going to give this guy some bread. It's interesting that he nods his head each time. Now they've both got enough bread to go into love mode. So I think... all we have to do is remove the wall between them temporarily. And then, okay, so I'd be very careful not to punch them. So I'm going to temporarily remove this wall between them. And let them breed together. And then I'll take the baby and take him out of there. So I'll remove this now. I'll make sure it is that way. Okay. Look at this, chat. My first baby villager is about to be born. Maybe. Oh. Is it 3 bread each? They're both in love. Oh, maybe I have to put down my bed. No, there's 3 beds here. Should I put down my bed anyway? Chat, they're definitely in love. They're doing their best. Hey, there's my man. So I actually could grow villagers from different biomes if I like set this up correctly. But now what we have to do is we have to separate them. I don't want to punch them, but I'm just saying I might have to. Might have to get punchy in here. Come on, guys. You don't need to be this close to each other. I mean, it's not that big of a problem if there's just 2 of them here, right? Okay, just go this way. Maybe I should punch him, chat. Chat, should I punch the villager? Yes or no? Stop the villager from climbing the ladder. Oh yeah, the baby villager. That is a big problem, huh? So for now, I'll just put 2 blocks. No, here and here. And then I'll put the iron bars back. And then the baby villager will be locked in there, and when he grows up, he can use this as a job site, maybe. Yeah, that works. Works great. It's, no, it doesn't work great, does it? The baby will escape anyway. I don't think so. Maybe I should let the baby villager escape, though. But people are saying it's dangerous to let him out, so... How about I make a little... I'll remove this block for him. And then I'll... Why are these guys just running towards each other? What's their problem? So then I'll just place a block there. And then, like, I don't know, some blocks here. And then there. No, that's not going to work on him. I don't know what I'm doing, chat. But I'm doing it horrifically. Okay, so... If we just... I don't know what I'm up to. I really don't know what I'm up to, chat. I'll just let him out here, and then I'll make it so he can't go up here. Which I could easily do by just putting... You know... Okay, there we go. He's finally... They finally moved back away. So I want to get them separated. That is an important thing to me. So that's what we're going to do first. I'm going to just nudge you over here. This is still my... No, this is my shepherd, right? The wrong guy. No, he's my Fletcher. Perfect. So I'm just going to put a little slab between you. Please. Oh, come on. Come on. You can do this better. I believe in you. No, just let the baby out. That's where we should start. Should I punch the baby, chat? Yeah, get that bread. I think I should punch the baby. I could break the workstation temporarily, I guess. And then we can nudge him out of here. And now once he's out of there, we can put him in a little corner by himself. Which I'll then put a ceiling there and there. And then a block there and here and there. And that works, whatever. Then we can place a block back here. And once there's a space between them, which should be easy to create now. No. You're going to stay there. You're going to stay exactly there. Boom. Okay. It's messy, chat, but we did it. Yeah, punching babies is correct. Okay, thank you, chat, for letting me know. I appreciate the parenting advice as always. Then we can break this block. Replace it with this block. And I must have another iron bar on me. Where did that one go, chat? Did they put it somewhere? Oh, there it is. I assume. So we'll put that back now. And then we can break these blocks when he grows up. This seems unnecessarily cruel. It is not unnecessarily cruel. It is the exact appropriate amount of cruel. There we go. Oh, it's the loom that went down here. It wasn't an iron bar. I don't know. Okay, with a little bit of a pain, but we can fix that. Oh yeah, that's a real pain. So hope that goes towards me. Please go this way. It did. Put the loom back. And we're great. Whew, nice. Chill. Everything's good, chat. No issues over here. Then we probably have to go to sleep by now. And then back up to the surface. Looks like an average one-bedroom apartment, and insert city here. I mean, this is a this is a 3-bedroom apartment, chat. Dasher, I'm just saying, I've had lots of interest in this apartment. You are going to have to bid against other prospective tenants if you want to live here. There are a lot of zombies. Yeah, that's a concern. That's not a good sign. But yeah, now all of the food that I grow, I get to keep, chat. That's good, right? That can only be good. So I can also share my sheep, as I am going to do, and then I'll take the wool and I'll put it in a chest because I'm gonna make more beds eventually, but like, you know, keyword eventually. I can eat the raw flesh too, actually. So first things first, kill the creeper. I am gonna need gunpowder at some point, so like, why not collect it now, right? I might as well. If it's just here anyway, let's go collect it. Then, oh no! That could have gone really poorly for me, chat. That could have gone very, very poorly. Okay, so that could have gone extremely poorly. Oh, can't believe I'm alive. Okay, so now we're gonna use the rotten flesh just to be alive, right? I think this should be just about enough food. No, I should start saving this. I think rotten flesh should become now a commodity. I'm gonna trade with a brewing stand man. Just gonna turn it into one. Then put the yellow wool and the white wool away. And then we'll grow food when we need it, which is gonna be very soon. So let's go start that process. There are now no mobs, and there shouldn't be any more. So, yeah, chat, my end goal for this challenge is to really have achieved some things. I think like a fully functional villager trader would be cool, right? I would feel great about that. Came in too late and haven't got caught up to yesterday's video. Gonna go live in the past. See y'all in a few hours. Sean Skeeter Sullivan, now that you're watching this, welcome to the present. What has happened since you've been gone? Well, you might have heard, but there was another assassination attempt. Cheese has been outlawed, and the weather is cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I hope that you enjoy that. So, yeah, they used to cram slaves together in the hulls of ships to not keep them apart. Oh, yeah, you know, yeah, so think about it. I'm actually significantly more polite than the average human enslaver. And, you know, that's very nice of me. Aren't I just the nicest Minecraft player? Okay. This is it, chat. Once I've got these trees chopped down, we're heading back out on a very long journey. So I'm at 5 stacks and 13 now. This will get me there, I think. Minecraft, but zombies are just regular people that drop flesh. So, just to do my maths right, to make sure I've got this correct, I've now got... Yeah, I've got enough blocks to do it. I think probably more than enough blocks. 308, so let's just call it 1600. Yeah, we've got enough, chat. I think I'll be barely enough to get there, but like I'll have like a 200 slab allowance, which will be nice. If you are the one working to pay the villagers, you are the slave. I mean, like, you know, if you were on a plantation in the whatever year hundreds, then you would have been working to pay the you know, the upkeep of the... It wouldn't make them not slaves, though. I don't think that would hold up in court, at least. Could be wrong about that, if anyone wants to be a constitutional expert here. But I think that might still be a crime. Also, McDonald, I just joined. What a great convo to start at. Believe me, McDonald, it only gets better from here. You have joined into the highest quality stream on the internet, outside of all of the other ones. So, yeah, is eating rotten flesh just cannibalism? Yeah. The zombies being Steve or not is a really contentious issue. I think that they are. They clearly wear the same clothes as you. But here's the thing. Am I Steve? If I eat humans, is that still cannibalism? I'm clearly a cat, chat. So, humans can eat cats. I mean, we shouldn't, but we do. Humans can eat cats, and it's not cannibalism, right? So, can cats eat humans? You know? I mean, cats do eat humans, actually, too. Pro tip, if you ever leave a cat unfed and you die in an apartment, the cat always eats the person. Which is... Yeah, I think I've said this before, chat, but I used to feel like cannibalism was such a dumb stigma as humans. Like, I read about the Donner Party for my US history course I did when I was in school. And, which, by the way, very, very weird to learn about early American history. From an outside perspective, maybe not so much if you live there. But I thought it was wild. And one of the wilder things is like, oh yeah, so like they had to... They set off to go from the east half of the continent to the west half, and it was like an 8-month journey. And so rather than leaving early, they left kind of late, and then it started snowing and they got trapped there. It was a whole terrible thing. I still don't, you know, people found out about it, and it was just, like, it was so remote at the time that you couldn't do anything about it, more or less. I think if I'm summarizing my Donner Party correctly. So if I use 4 wheat here, I'm going to get 4 bone meal here, 4 pieces of wheat. That's 1 piece of bread, which isn't great. But, like, what can we do otherwise, right? What can we do otherwise? So we can hope that these 2 pieces grow by themselves. And if they don't, then I don't really have a plan, actually. I can put these seeds in the composter for now. Oh, that was a bad idea. I've got a lot of spruce saplings, so we could just use those, I guess. Oh, no, you need so many. I just used 10 spruce saplings and got nothing in return. Okay, don't do that. Pro tip, chat. Do not do that. So then we'll just, I've used up my entire shears, I think. But we'll go for a few more pieces. Just see what sort of difference it makes. And, yeah, we've got 10 spruce leaves now. What should we do with our massive spruce leaf pile? Get 0 bone meal from it, that's what. Okay, so yeah, I'll just grow myself enough to get 1 piece of wheat to make 1 piece of bread. And then I'll use the rest on carrots and hope that I get some carrots too. Are they fully grown? Yes, they are. So I'll eat 2 carrots. Okay, chat. 2 whole carrots. Plus, then I'll bring a piece of bread for the journey. So, Kat, what did you eat today? Yeah, like I said, it was like a meal subscription service. It wasn't that good. Even though it's like balanced macros or whatever, to me, the thing I liked about Factor is it was good food. It might have been balanced and that was a nice bonus or whatever, but I want food that is tasty. And if it is easy too, great. And if it's easy and it's healthy, now you're talking, right? Like, usually that's the trifecta that's very hard to solve for all at the same time. Is that tree done? Oh, it is. But yeah, I'm going to have to grab a bed. Specifically this one. And now we're off on the journey again, chat. 5,000 blocks to go. Let's see if we can't do something slow. Yeah, needless to say, gonna be a bit of a time, but wish me luck. Going this way. So I'm gonna stop at my first checkpoint to sleep. I'm probably gonna have to. In fact, let's sprint there. I think until we start moving, sprinting is the logical way to do this. And so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm sprinting, chat. I've got places to be, and I'm gonna get there.
U.S. equity markets are closed on Thursday, but banks and fixed income are open. Wednesday trades can settle. Toy is yes.
I saw that. I logged into my I logged into my what do you call it? Like my accounts for that stuff, and they're like, oh, just so you know, there'll be no trading on the 9th. Is it the 9th? I guess it's the 8th. No, yeah, the 9th. I think that's wild, personally. Like, what? Why are the markets shutting down for Jimmy Carter's death? I think it's I was thinking about this today, actually, because I learned about an island in the Caribbean. And I always assumed, so it's Antigua, if you're curious. Their airport's called, like, VC Bird International. And so I assumed it was like, oh, yeah, there's a cool bird that's from here, right? But it's like, no, their first president or prime minister was called, you know, Vincent something Bird. And, gonna be honest, it took away some of the magic for me. But, also, I'm gonna have to eat the bread soon, chat. You have to eat the bread real soon. It's market manipulation. Yeah, it makes me a bit uneasy. Honestly, the concept of, like, I feel like it's one of the trade-offs of working in finance. It's like YouTube. Do you remember years back, a bunch of people were like, oh yeah, we're all gonna have a day where we don't upload to YouTube. And it's like, you know, that's nice as an idea to try and set that up. But also it's like one of the things that you basically agree to when you become a content creator, air quotes, is like, yeah, you don't really get to pick days you do and don't do it. For better and for worse, that's just how it be. You know, the platform is always there. And, you know, like, it's not like, you know, you have a boss or whatever. Your boss is you. You can choose to not upload any day. But to try and be like, oh yeah, let's try and get everyone to not upload this day. I thought it was a little crazy, personally. Like, it's a little bit like, it's not a part of the job. Also, why don't you build a Leaf since you have unlimited shares? The problem with Leafs is they're not very space efficient. That's the biggest reason I'm not building with them. So I'm now going to make myself some more slabs. I'll make 1 stack of wood. And then like a few more just to make this go away. I'll get to like a round even number for that. And then I'll make some slabs. Some more slabs. And then I'll make some more. Will I ever get to a point where this rounds into 3? Yes, I will. Perfect. Okay, let's go, chat. I'm 700 blocks away now. I need to be 5,000 blocks away. 2500 Z, 2500 X. It's a journey. It's a journey. So, yeah, you guys heard any interesting things recently? President of the USA, I think it was early 80s before Reagan. Yeah, but you get my point, like, why it can't be okay, you know, the idea, imagine if we all had to celebrate the current president's birthday. I don't know when Trump's birthday was. I know when Hitler's birthday was, but he's not a current leader of anywhere. You should look it up if you wanna know why I know what his birthday is. You have to look that up. It's not that I'm like diving deeper. Although, you know, there is a particular type of person. You know the type, right, chat? Where it's like, oh yeah, I'm really interested in like old World War II stuff. I really find it fascinating. You know those German Lugers? Love to collect that. Oh yeah, the posters and everything. So, you know, there's like a type of person like that. Not me, can assure you. 990 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. You know, that's a funny American thing. I remember reading it in like a Simpsons annual. Has anyone ever done it? You ever pulled that off? Also, Sarah's Skin Review. The Prime Minister of Canada stepped down today. Oh yeah, I heard about it. I watched this video by this IBX2Cat guy. I thought it was pretty informative. I heard he got the voting system wrong though. He said single transferable vote when he actually meant alternative vote. Terrible. I mean, like, I guess it was, even then it was talking about like a theoretical election system. But yeah, I'm really excited for my my trip, chat. Can now they're an hour and 20 minutes in, I'm allowed to, you know, like talking about good things happening in your life on the internet. Bad thing, you're not allowed to do it. You talk about the bad things in your life first, then all the people, they go away, and now we can talk about what I'm excited about. So yeah, I haven't, I think the longest I've ever, like, gone away was 3 weeks, chat. But in the middle of those 3 weeks, I took 5 days. It was in Japan, to, like, make sure I recorded videos to, like, stay up to date with stuff. It was like it made me realize, like, recording while away is a little bit trickier than I assume. But yeah, so this is like, it's more or less a 2-week trip. And the usual stress that I have of, like, let's prepare properly before I go has, like, hit the tiniest bit. But also, I think we're still in a very good place regardless. So now I'm going to turn on, I'm going to do it, chat. I'm going to hate myself for this, but I'll turn on toggle crouch. Where's toggle crouch? Is there a button for that? Is it like a... Oh, toggle crouch. Wait, is it maybe a... There's a key that I haven't got? Huh, you can't turn on toggle crouch. Did you know that, chat? I must be wrong. I must be missing a button in there. So I have to turn on my controller? Am I missing it? Does anyone know how to toggle crouch on Bedrock? So yeah, that IBX2Cat's awesome. Glad to see you like his videos. Reminds me of you, surprisingly. Did you not do a collab with him at one point? Yeah, we did do a collab together. It was a pretty good one. I think it was about the Ukrainian language, maybe. No, the Belarusian language. You know, he knows that stuff way better than me. But yeah, I'm really excited because it's gonna be like 2 weeks away, and it's but it's like, it's my type of like 2 weeks. Like I always am the sort of person who's like, why would you go away for a week just to one country? I know I just spoke about going to Japan for 3 weeks, but like I like to travel while I'm traveling. Some people are like, I want to go away 14 hours away, and then I want to sit by a beach and then come back another 14 hours. I'm like, if I'm 14 hours away, the things that are now 2 hours away from where I'm going to be, those are interesting to me. I've got a friend who wants me to visit him in Asia, and he's like, yeah, we can go to Cambodia, we can go to Laos, let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, I want to, like, rather than just going to a objectively good country, let's go to some, you know, let's not be mean to Cambodia or Laos, but you know, they both have a history, is what I'm saying. Also, such a beautiful bridge. Nope, you can't toggle crouch on Bedrock with mouse plus keyboard. Really? I said that, and then someone corrected me, and I was like, oh yeah, obviously I'm wrong. Obviously there's a way to do it, and you know, it's blowing my mind. So while we build this bridge, let's chat about my trip. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. I'm going to 5 new countries. I think every day is a new country for like 6 days in a row, and then, you know, how does that work out to 2 weeks? I think it's 5 countries in a row, and then a break, and then a day, and then a country, and then there's a day in New York, and then, you know, I haven't looked into it, chat. I haven't. I don't know my schedule, but I do know there's a lot of cool things I'm gonna be doing, yeah, there's a lot of good food ahead of me. I love days with good food. I've gone into reading a bit more this last week, so it's gonna be fun to have like a place to do that. Toy Cat, come to Alabama, USA. I can show you Waffle House and guns. I actually went to Alabama, USA, ad and Sony. Would you like to watch my video on it? It was on my third. No, weirdly enough, I think it's only on the third channel. It's called My Grandma is a Burger. You just trust me when I just watch it. I think if I explain any more, it'll break you a bit there. I went to Birmingham, Alabama, which is the greatest city named Birmingham in the southeastern United States. Fun fact: you can do Waffle House and guns at the same time. Yeah, I really want to. I need to know someone with some. I want to genuinely like shoot something wild. I want to like Hey, so am I wrong that slime balls?
So, am I wrong that slime balls are technically renewable? Given 9 from a wandering trader or a panda, a potion of oozing would get you more.
I think you're not wrong. Yeah. I don't think you are wrong. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, I think we could get... I think we might be able to set up some very crazy farms. Yeah, Charles, I like your thinking. So, can't you activate the on-screen controller? I don't have a touchscreen on my PC. I should get a touchscreen monitor. Just so I can play. Wouldn't it be silly? You'd watch me doing this, chat. Sorry. I'd be like... Because it's, you know, I'm on a desk. Anyway, you could just bridge to a swamp. Oh, yeah. You're totally right, actually. So what biomes have we seen? Chat, has it been taiga the entire way? Or am I just like... Do I have amnesia? Have I seen other biomes? Surely this taiga biome can't have gone on for 1671 blocks. You're gonna brew potions without blaze powder? No. Days, you got me. You got me again. I got caught on the gilded potion. My worst mistake. But yeah, so I'm really excited because like every day I've got like some fun food plans. I'm going to see some of the most remote corners of the earth on this trip. As well, you know, some of the less remote corners too. But I'm going to see... There's a place that like used to terrify me because I used to genuinely believe that anyone who went there would die. You know, it's the same thing. It's the... like, it's really easy to believe that there is just this little stretch of the world where everyone just dies. Gary, Indiana. Yeah, exactly. That's my... When I say countries, I really mean states. I am looking forward to, at some point, I want to visit the Canadian territories under the same logic. You know, America got boring and already consolidated all of its territories into states. But Canada's still got some unprovinced land up there. I bet would be interesting. Also, come on, we're still going. Is it all of this? Have you been to China yet? Yeah, I went to Shanghai. I think one of the most interesting things, right? If you travel, I don't know how much traveling you can get away with your current passport situation, Dasher. But the one common complaint that people talk about if you travel around, especially like Europe, but like really around the world, is like every major capital city kind of feels like every other one. Because, you know, like there's some culture that just doesn't spread there. Like cities in general are about trying to produce as much as possible. And so they've all got a cosmopolitan vibe, which means they all feel like one another. Also, sir, there was a fight on the floor of the House of Representatives over US territorial reps being unable to vote. Yeah, I think it's hilarious that you have territorial representatives for your parliament equivalent. And then you say, you're allowed to attend, you're allowed to be there, but you can't vote. It's like, it's just objectively hilarious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a crafting table. I don't think I need one, but I'll just make one anyway. And then I'll put some slabs next to that crafting table. Right over here. And then this is where my bed is going to go. And then just place some more over here. Because we need to sleep every single night. I could do this through the night, but there's just no good reason for me to, right? So let's not do it. Let's just not do it. Whew, Dasher being from the Netherlands is a great passport situation. Oh yeah, you're right, my bad. I hear one of the strongest passports in the world. It's a shame they don't allow dual nationalities. Dual nationalities? What's the word for that? I think it is dual nationality, maybe. So Spruce slab it up. And then I guess we'll make some more. 2 more stacks of planks. Spruce slab it up. And we want to keep going until ideally we've got a full inventory. So should we keep going? Yes, we should. All of that into planks. And then as many slabs as we can physically fit. So make another pile of slabs now. Make another pile of slabs. There we go. Make another pile of slabs. And then we can get away with probably 1 more, but that will mess me up, so I won't do it. Then we'll put down a torch here. Because every one of these little stations should have a little torch on them. And I thought that was leaf blocks there, chat. My brain saw it as whatever. It's weird. Okay, let's keep on going. So, Kat, there is settled snow where I live. What is the weather like in your part of the UK? Oh, there was like 0.01 centimeters of snow for about 2 hours 3 days ago. It was really pretty. The world was white. But yeah, so I've just been to Vegas and it was just like any other tourist city. Glad to be back in Ireland, says Hurry Nebraska. No, don't you say it's like any other tourist city. I have such an affection for Vegas, Holly. Because I'll agree, it is deliberately aimed at tourists, which I have the same bias as everyone else inside of them that says if somewhere's made for tourists, it's gotta suck. You know, like a tourist is such a bad customer because you'll go somewhere once. And whether it's good or bad, you're never going to go again. And so there is zero interest in making a good experience for you. And so usually tourist places are bad. But Vegas is different. One, because it's like, people revisit a lot. Like it's a... Yeah, I feel like there are Vegas heads who go like, you know, every 2 months or something like that. There was a Vegas YouTube channel I watched who used to like travel there every month. And then they worked out on the economics of their YouTube channel that even if they're staying in Vegas hotels, you know, like, you know, every month or so, it still makes sense to live in Vegas to have a closer travel time to those hotels. Plus, you know, zero state income tax on those YouTube earnings. Anyway, the thing about Vegas that makes it incredible is it is the most gaudy, over the top, like offensively, you know, like monetized place. It is the if you want to call it late game capitalism or whatever, late stage capitalism, it's like, yeah, a bunch of people made a bunch of money from other people's addictions and they're turning it into this big thing that you get to walk around because they've worked out if they show off how much money they make from people like you, you'll flock there and you'll give them more money. And the fact that that worked and the fact that that is an incredible place, nuts. The fact that someone's like, yeah, I'll spend $1 billion making a replica of the Eiffel Tower, mind-blowing. It's so cool. And it's a truly 24-hour city. It can be 4 a.m. and you'll see just as, you know, maybe not just as many people, but you'll see like a large number of people everywhere doing everything. It is 24 hours of insanity. And it's one of the best places, you know, obviously if you like gambling or whatever, like you can gamble anywhere though, I think. Like I think it has, I think gambling in downtown Vegas is like pretty interesting. But like it's just gambling. Like it's putting money into a shredder basically. So the gambling there is nice, right? It's if you're into gambling, you can gamble anywhere though. But what's really cool is because it has one of the most a ridiculous proportion of like tourists and non-tourists, but it's then backed by people who are trying to get you there, right? Unlike every other tourist experience in the world, where you're gonna go because you heard about it somewhere and you know, like everything in Vegas is owned by like 2 companies, which sounds terrible. Again, late stage capitalism, the worst, right? These companies that milk you for money and then use it to build grand fountain shows and volcanoes and everything else like that. But these companies need to get you there so often, and they need you. They need to get you there really, really, really frequently. And they need you to have such a fun time that you want to come back. Gambling you can do anywhere, like I said. And so what do? What do they do, chat? They work out that you make experiences. And there are so many fun, crazy, you know, like the number of like co-branded celebrity restaurants, kind of nutty. The number of really great food experiences in general. Like if you like a place, if there is a famous restaurant that you know, there's probably a copy of it in Vegas. So because they're trying to make it like the place to go. And also, Toy Cat, that's every casino in the US. Gambling addictions exist everywhere besides Vegas. Yeah, I think, like, weirdly enough, Nevada's one of, like, it's got one of the, like, biggest protections for gamblers, I think, of any state. As a pro tip, if you are within the United States, and for some reason that is how you choose where to gamble. Whew. Anyway, so there's so many fun things to do. Do you want to go shoot guns in the desert? Yeah, you better believe you want to go drive a supercar? Yeah. Also, late stage fiat currency. I mean, it'd be even more impressive. I mean, there's a bit of a problem with non-fiat currency in that case, because you know, like if there are these giant gambling conglomerates that like slowly are hoovering up the money, then within a fiat system, that's not too bad, right? Because they either have to reinvest that money. Like, a lot of people talk about, you know, I'm going to dive into the deep dive of, like, why even in a world where people are hoovering up money, you know, like, where literally there's a funnel that goes from poor people straight to the top, ultimately at some point, you know, like, I think rich people are an exception to this. Like, if you hoarded a bunch of money in your bank account, probably a bad thing, you know, like people would have to print more money to make up for that. But under the system, right, is like people, as these companies like hoover up all this money, they have to put it somewhere to like get more value from it. Either you know, like as a company, you either invest it to try and get some more things. So you build one of these big volcanoes in the desert or something. Or you have to spend it on staff salaries to make a cool new thing. Or you give it to, you know, or you pay it as dividends, right? You say, this is pure profit, we're going to skim this off the top. Then you give it to, you know, your investors, they pay a dividend tax. Plus they're presumably going to invest that money or spend it on a yacht or whatever. And so, but within a non-fiat currency system, then they would slowly accumulate more and more and more and more. And they might be incentivized to just try and get as close to 100% as they could. You know, that could be dangerous, going for a 100% money speedrun. Sinatra and Elvis drew visitors to Vegas, the casino, monetized the tourism. MSTR buying Bitcoin with treasury cash. Who's MSTR? I did hear about the craziest thing to me is I think it's El Salvador. I think their government bought a bunch of Bitcoin. And it's like the president just tweets about it because he has like personal access to the Coinbase account or whatever. It's just like, it's one of the biggest flexes, but also it feels corrupt, right? Like, you know what you think about the guy. Dang, almost just walked off the end. Yeah, I'm so scared of doing that by accident. I've just got to resist. I've just got to not walk off the end here, chat. It's gone so far, so well. Also, yeah, after all this time, we're an hour and a half in now, chat. I've officially made it to 2,500 or 2,400X. No, Z. No, I'm at just below 2,400 Z. When it gets 2,400, I'm gonna have to make a branch. It'll go off in other directions or something. Also, Toycat, you talking about economics while making a large journey in Minecraft? I'm not sure that's a good idea based on precedent. You're right, chat. Okay, so what about the weather? Also, yes, just like tacos, he says yatch differently. I think I say tacos correctly, right? Like, look at the word and tell me that's not tacos. Like, I get it. If you live in a place where there's a lot of tacos, you might live with people who tell you to pronounce it differently. But you know, I pronounce tacos the correct way. So yeah, the destination is not in sight. I'm now halfway there now, chat. This is the halfway marker. Or actually, if I'm being slightly honest, it's 2,500X. So slightly under halfway. Ooh. Nighttime's coming soon, so I think here would be a good place for a checkpoint. But I'm not going to build one unnecessarily. I'm just going to keep heading in this direction. The destination is far away. Yeah, and this is the close by one. I was going to be going 6,000 blocks today, but I was lucky we found this one that's only 5,000 blocks away. So I'm feeling pretty blessed. Let me tell you about it. I do want to say though, also Bitcoin is the solution to fiat currencies and inflation. Yeah, I think inflation is a very mean tax. You know, it's not a direct tax, but it's, you know, it works the same under the same rules. But it's one of those things. It's like democracy, right? Like democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others that have been tried. I feel like fiat currency is the worst type of currency, except for all others that have been tried. But yeah, I mean, like, we're only like 60, 70 years into the fiat experiment. I think there's a problem once everyone is aware of how it works, things stop working the same way. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong about how it actually works. So once we get to like 75, this seems like a nice place to make myself a crafting table, which I'll just do right now. Okay, I've used the wrong wood, but that's okay, I guess. I'll make another crafting table specifically from this. And then we'll put our torch on the crafting table. And then we'll place some slabs. It's a little bit nerve-wracking right now, chat, I'll be honest with you. But I know that I'm probably going to be fine. So I surround the bed on all sides like this, just as a safety precaution. But also it means they all look the exact same, which I think is a nice benefit. So let's go to sleep. And now I'm going to wake up in a slightly different position. Please not over the edge. Please not over that. Thank you. Minecraft, big appreciation for not killing me. And then every time we make one of these crafting tables, we're also going to craft more slabs. So spruce planks, spruce planks, spruce planks. Slabs, 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 slabs. We could make some more, so let's do it. Oh no, I made a hoe. I don't know why I made a hoe. Is that bad? You know, it's fine. It's chill. So then we're going to put my controller back on. How close are we? We are slightly over halfway there now. We have to get to 2,500 on the X coordinate. And I've made it to 2,400 on the Z. Soon, in the next, like, 1,000 blocks, we'll start to see our destination. Or in the next 1,500, maybe. You know those scenes in Scooby-Doo where the gang are chased by monsters round in circles through doors, but they're in the same place? This feels like that, but in a straight line. Yeah, if you at least this way. The one benefit is the way we're going now. It looks like we're at least going to start seeing... you wasted your wood in a hoe. You come back diagonally. Yeah, theoretically I could have made this faster by going diagonally, but it would have just been such a nightmare to walk along. Whereas I feel like straight lines are pretty chill. So, whoa, we're halfway there now. Whoa, this is a lot of work. If you place a block on the top left corner of the bed, you'll spawn on that. Oh, that was scary. Yeah, Adam Sony, the nervousness I get from watching you wake up is almost enough to induce vomiting. It's funny, a lot of people like watch me do these things. I think it's gotta be like an addiction thing. Like, yeah, you love the negative emotions these streams make you feel. Did you see Elon Musk on Fortnite Friday? I think isn't it interesting? Like, there's so much pressure on being the richest man on the planet. Because every time you do something, it means that you had the choice of doing more than any other human in history, and you decided to co-stream Fortnite with a mid-level streamer. And it's like, but why was that the most important thing you could have done with your time right now? Is it the most important? Is it one of those things where it's like you want to seem random? You know, like, oh, so random, just playing Fortnite. Oh no, he's not going to have enough wood now, /J. Imagine if I don't. Imagine if I get like 4 blocks away. I think that would break my heart. I guess in theory, actually, just like when I went out to the igloo, I could just break this block, go, you know, I could do it over and over again. I really don't want to do that, though. Oh, what's at 5,000 blocks? You'd 100% have fooled if it was diagonal. I don't trust the game at all. Yeah, plus it would have been tricky to do like this, that, you know. Soy Cat doesn't make me anxious anymore. I feel like I've grown immune to it. Yeah, this stream, my channel really, more broadly, is just an entire experiment in seeing if I can get you all to be slightly less anxious, chat. But yeah, the most richest person is never clean, innocent either. I mean, you don't have to be innocent to not play Fortnite, right? Also, what are you attempting to do, says Stray Bullets. So my goal is... My aim is to go all the way out to a mountain so I can upgrade my tools from wood to stone. I'm going to actually have to use a lot of... You know, I've got a lot of things to do. Exposure therapy, Lamau. This is the safest playing I've seen in a while. Yeah, if you think about it, if you really think about it, this is the safest I've played in a very long time. Like, I'm toggle crouched... So, something has to hit me, like a phantom, but I sleep every night, so that no phantoms can spawn. If I was really rich, I'd still be watching all these live streams. I'd probably tip more, though. Do you think it would, you know, like, it's one of those questions of, like, if you get $1 billion you know, like, do you think if you tip, what's the highest amount you're allowed to tip on YouTube? Chat, does anyone know the answer? I think it might be 500, right? But like, I think on Streamlabs it probably goes up to like 10 grand. Do you think if you were tipping 10 grand, it would change the quality of, like, again, imagine that you can tip 10 grand and it costs you nothing. Although, you know, then you would, okay, imagine you can tip 10 grand. You have enough money to do it. Let's just imagine. Do you think it would change your because, you know, like, you know, the way it works right now is like most people who tip, you know, around about $10 pounds or so. So like, do you think it would change things of like, oh, there's one person in here who's like, oh yeah, every time they come in the stream, they tip 10 grand. Because if you got 400 billion, what's 10k here or there, right? Ooh, but yeah, Toycat's suggestion that people watching this are anxiety masochists was not what I was expecting today. Yeah, I think everyone has a part. I think this is actually quite controversial. Quick chat, start throwing money at Toycat to test how YouTube works. Oh no, chat, I have no idea what the max tip is. If someone could let me know. There's only one way that I'll understand this message though. You know, this is like being like, oh yeah, please don't send me photos of your boobs. It's like, oh no, please don't tip me. I would be so annoyed if you were to tip me, if you were to give me money. It would be terrible. Also, yeah, I pay to Toycat. Ah! I'm crouched. I'm very safe, but it doesn't mean I don't feel an extreme amount of fear in that moment. Is that the mountain we see on the horizon? Oh, no. Different mountain. We can see a cherry grove, though. That's nice. Reverse mugging. Yeah, I like the... You know, again, there was like a... I still feel like, compared to most streams, I've been pretty lighthearted about like, oh yeah, a lot of streams do e-begging. I step things up to e-mugging. Like, this is a... You know, this is... I thought that was very fun. My very first, like, goofy thing I ever did was like, you know what, chat? If you give me money, it goes into the jet ski fund. I will ride a jet ski of your money one day. And to be fair, I one day did ride a jet ski. I couldn't buy one, you know, apparently. Actually, where I live now, are you allowed to just put a jet ski on the Thames? Let me Google that. Can you ride a jet ski on the River Thames? No personal watercraft are allowed anywhere on the Thames in the London area? That's lame. Anyway, that's really lame. You know, what's even the... Anyway, but I would love to own some jet skis. I guess there's probably too many people who would love to own jet skis. You've got the highest dedication to a project. Kudos. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of people... A lot of fun-seeming YouTube projects are, like, clearly, like, based on how easy is it to fake. And it's a bit of a bummer, because it's like... When you see that something takes a lot of dedication, you should think, wow, that takes a lot of dedication. Can't believe someone did that. Also, my grandparents own a jet ski. They live on a lake. Oh yeah, you know, someone I know's parents have jet skis and live on a lake. I asked if I could go around about that person. They're like, yeah, sure. It's a fun idea for the future. Having an insane amount of money will change all the relationships in your life, and it's sad. I mean, only if you let it, though, right? Xavier said she'd just tip a tenner, which I did say was the average. It'd be funny. You could be a billionaire right now, Xavier. I think that's why it's a good social rule that you only let people you're really close to know how much money you have. But I think the thing that changes people way more, because like, you know, I think knowing that someone has money is one thing. Knowing that someone has money that was gained via chance is another. Like, if you win the lottery, people feel like they're entitled to some of your luck. If you know, made a successful company and sold it, people would be like, oh yeah, well, he's kind of like working for it, right? Like, we have this concept of like earned and unearned money, basically. Also, how long till nighttime? We're doing pretty good, I'd say. Just pretend to be poor. Yeah, it's what honestly though, it's a frustrating thing because a lot of people. Also, do I have enough wood? I do. I feel like a lot of people. I think it's so normal to pretend you're poor that you genuinely have no idea. Like, When someone says, like, I'm skint, do they mean, like, I don't have money? Or I have money, but I wouldn't like to spend it on that? It's, like, one of my biggest frustrations in life is, like, people find it so hard to be honest about that stuff that they would... The one socially acceptable reason we have to not do things is money. And I don't know. I think it's a really interesting problem. Also, yeah, I am now officially 1,800 slabs away, chat. I still can't see the mountain, but one day I will. Also, Cheesy Table, testing the minimum tip since I don't have enough for the maximum. Thank you, Cheesy Table, for that valuable information. Now I know the minimum tip is £1. That's interesting. I think I might be in charge of setting that, actually. So you can tip $1 on YouTube, but you can't tip $1 on Streamlabs because the minimum is £1. Now you know. If I was rich, I'd be buying nice stuff. IDGAF. I think there's a lot of stuff that is nicer if you go through the whole process of, like, you know, this is a hot take, I guess, maybe. But there are a lot of things that are nicer if you go through the process of wanting them first and then eventually getting them. Like, if you just immediately have lots of very good things, you just have this whole... You get me? Also, this is the same situation that brought down... No, oh, man, I do not like the waking up every morning. You're right, Adam Sony. It's not nice. Maybe I should build these on the other side of the... You know, it's chill. Whatever. I won't. So it's time to make some more slabs. Do I have enough? I certainly hope so, chat. Make 4 sets of planks. Make them all into slabs. That's still not enough, surprisingly. Let's make another set. Okay, we're getting pretty darn close now. I bet, like, one more pit stop, and we'll be there, chat. One lot... Oh, my controller's run out of batteries. I've left it on too long. I'm gonna have to hold down the crouch button myself. So if I let go of my pinky finger now, I die, chat. No pressure. Whew. That stone patch looks like a bat. Oh yeah, I see it. It's a sideways bat. Or from here, it's like a bow. Like a recurve bow or something. Or it's like the letter E. You know, we finally left the tiger biome, chat. We finally did it. We're gone. I measure poverties and how many weeks it will take to drain your bank balance. Over 12 weeks, I think, is the point where you can't claim to be poor. Under 4 weeks is skint. So, Christopher Bowles, I don't remember when this study was done, but I think about half of people live somewhere in the, you know, the concept of paycheck to paycheck, but that is the majority of people. I think if you're watching this, by the way, chat, and I really want to... The biggest difference I can make to your life is to implore you, if you have a job where you have slightly more income than outgoings, get to the point where you live off last month's money. You know, in other words, to put it in these terms, where you have 8 weeks instead of 4 weeks, where your bank balance would drain to 0 if you didn't get paid. And so much of your life gets easier. Like, literally having, like, a... You know, like a £1,000 reserve where... Like, the ability to borrow money from yourself rather than a bank means instead of paying 12% or 19% interest rate on a credit card, you pay 0% to yourself. I mean, you effectively, because a bank account has, like, 1% interest, you pay 1% a year or something like that. But, like, most surprise expenses are less than 1,000. And so if you get to that point, you're living incredibly. But, yeah, I think pink trees in the distance, let's go. It'd be so cool if I could get a cherry tree. I sadly cannot. But it'd be cool if I could, right? So, yeah, we're on day 42. It's very nice. Can you see what you're heading towards by turning up your render distance? I think maybe I should. That might be a good idea. But yeah, so we're still above the clouds, chat. And we're getting close towards X1000. Oh, wait, maybe it's that over there? No, it can't be. We're too far still. Ooh, can you... But yeah, I think that there's... also, you can be rich and have no money in your accounts as it's in assets. Yeah, but it's still having money, right? That's the... I think that the thing that defines, like, wealth and or ease of money is in how much money you have access to. Because you can... although, actually, arguing that same way... Something that I think people don't appreciate, if you are living with less than 4 weeks worth of money before your bank account hits zero. Even when you're living that way, you still have a bunch of assets that you don't realize. Like, people don't count them as assets. But, like, all the stuff you own, like games consoles and TVs and your car, if you happen to have one of those, you are sitting on a bunch of assets where it's like, if there was a huge surprise expense, you could, if you really wanted to, if you're like a proud person, you can always sell those if you really get to it. Fungible is something, I forget what it is. But I guess unlike an asset of like, when you buy a stock, you buy it for £1, you can sell it for £1. If you buy a car or if you buy a games console for 400 new, best you're getting for that used is like 200, right? Although in theory, you could then buy a used one for 200. It's just you can't buy another new one. I mean, in theory, you could lend it to someone. And anyway, if I won the lottery, I think I would not know where to move forward. I can't imagine not having to budget things. Once I got free any loaf of bread coupon, I couldn't believe I could get $6 bread. So, if it makes you feel better, and anyone right here who's thinking about the lottery, it'll make some people feel a lot worse, but maybe Ad and Sunny feel better. Nowadays, when you win the lottery, you don't get given the big lump sum. They've worked out too many people like destroy their lives of that, and so instead they turn it into an annuity. So if you had $100 million, let's say, as a win, the way it pays out is as. Also, Docman, is there a secret guide?
Is there any secret guide for the IBX toy map Superflat map?
Yeah, the maps. They're all in the basement there. The maps will give you everything you need to know. We tried to do it visually, which is a bit of a difference to other maps. We could maybe also have a book just to like explain it. Depreciation is a killer. Yeah, it really is. You should be budgeting no matter what your welfare income is. So yeah, if you want $100 million, let's just say that's $1 million a year. So that means you'd get paid $80,000 a month. You'd still have to budget your $80,000 a month, right? You could say, I'll put 50K of that into savings. Like so you can buy like, islands and mansions and whatever else you're looking for. You'd be like, okay, I'll put 10K of that into fun money so I can spend it and not feel bad. Because if you just treat the money as like, even if you got paid, like if you just say, here's 80K, spend it on whatever. If you spent, 70,000 buying everyone drinks at the bar, you'd feel bad not being able to buy other things. Like, no matter how much money you have, even 80K a month for the rest of your life, you still have to think every time you spend money, you can't do something else with that money. The lotto payout in America is optional, lump sum versus annuity. Yeah, so but the thing is, if you take the lump sum, you take a huge penalty effectively. Like you lose 30-40% right there. And so it's probably smart to take it as the annuity. Yeah, I meant the Easter eggs hidden in the map rather than the tech tree explained in the map. Oh, the Easter eggs, I figured it'd be better if they weren't explained somewhere. I wonder if anyone's made a video for it. If you'd want, you can be the first. There's some really stupidly hidden stuff in some of the toy maps. I enjoyed putting them there, knowing like one person ever will find this. But that's what creating things is like sometimes. So chat, we are 3/4 of the way there now. I am very hyped. I bet if I turn up my render distance now, we would probably see it. But I also don't want to do it while I'm like on the bridge. It's going to take me so long to walk home, chat. It's going to take me so long. I think your next goal in this world is to map it. Can you map from Y200? I need to get sugarcane. But yeah, you can map from up here, funnily enough. It would be very cool to have a big map, wouldn't it? In fact, yeah, if we can just get a wandering trader, we could totally do that. I thought there was a pale garden in the corner. Just a stony beach. Yeah, sad. Look at that, by the way. It's so close to being this high, but then it just is not. We've still got plenty of time till nightfall, so let's keep on going. There's some very nice caves below me. Just a reminder, chat, if I fall, it's not just that I fail the challenge, it is hardcore. I forget that it's hardcore sometimes. Like, I think it makes not that much of a difference because I'm not going to die. Hopefully. But yeah. If you build it diagonally, the journey home would be way shorter. Yeah, I think I definitely made like a quality of life change. Also, it'd only be about, what, like 1.4 times shorter? I really want to get the Legacy console map you and your team made, but buying from Marketplace makes me feel sick. What % of the profits go to you? I'm not allowed to say that information publicly. I don't think. I can only comment on what other people have said, which is that the lion's share Microsoft comment made is selective at best and misleading at most. It'll be a while before a 12% average return outpaces a 50% tax penalty. Yeah, ultimately you're not going to win the lottery, but if you did, like, just take, I think the peace of mind it does you, having a monthly income that comes in for life. You know, again, like, you know the thing I just said of, like, when 80 grand rolls in for the month? If you spend 80 grand on something dumb, so you have no money till next month, you at least know that you've got a reset option in 30 days. Like, unless you get in huge debts, which is, again, like some people will do, you can resolve most of that. However, if you got the money at once, spending 80 grand, you're not going to feel any bad about. You can spend 800 grand. You could buy everyone at the bar 10 drinks and just be like, well, that was fun, wasn't it? And genuinely, the difference between spending 80 grand and spending, you know, like $80 just buying the drinks for your table, it is negligible. There is the difference in your net worth is basically non-measurable, and so that is a big problem actually. Okay, my pinky's getting a little tired. Whew, trade is the only option, sadly. You should allow yourself 30 seconds of going below every 30 days. Nah, I wanna do it real purist style. I like seeing what the most is you can get out of a limited rules challenge. And so that's exactly what I'm doing here. So yeah, we are now just under or just over 1,000 blocks away, chat. This is exciting. I hope I didn't get the negative or the positive mixed up. So you can only get a UBI if you win the lottery. Man, we live in a society, don't we? I mean, a UBI shouldn't be 80 grand, right? I mean, honestly, that would be a fascinating society. I want so bad to, like, I want to see what happens to a society where we print money to give everyone 80 grand every month. Like, in effect, that would be a way to eliminate inequality, right? Is if everyone has 80 grand a month, then only people who have substantially more than 80 grand have money. Okay, so let's just place our torch on here. This might be my last restock, chat. I've got to see if I have 1,000 slabs. If I don't, I have to go back now. As painful as it is, I just have to do it. I should have brought some I brought saplings, but not any dirt. So I've got 100 spruce logs, which makes 800. Yeah, I'm going to make it, I think. I hope. So I'll just turn it all into these now, and then make as many. Okay, so we need 1,000 blocks. Chat, we need 1,000 of them. I need to leave some of these. So how many is 1,000? 10 stacks is 640. So this right here, that's 640. Over here is another 320-ish. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it with a few spruce planks to spare, which is great. Again, assuming it is where I think it is. If not, it's going to be a crazy thing. Also, would just guess crazy inflation. Yeah, right, but what you're doing... Let's say that everyone... Also, but so many would quit their jobs. I wonder. I think... Also, I need to take this bed. I can't be leaving that there. So just to be clear, right? I think that... Okay, I do think that we shouldn't do it. There's a lot of very good reasons why not. But I also think that, let's say the average salary right now, the median salary is, say, 4 grand. So in theory, prices would just go up 20 times. And that's bad, right? But then, you know, like, it probably wouldn't go up quite 20 times. There's some goods that wouldn't go up in value. Some people would probably stop working their jobs, so prices might go up even more than 20 times. You could interestingly create a world where everyone has more money, and then everyone gets substantially poorer. Like very, very rich people, or like medium rich people, because very rich people would still have hundreds of millions to your 80 grand a month. But it'd be so interesting, like, okay, a lot of people start quitting their jobs to go and enjoy this 80 grand. But they find that, like, the people working in the resort towns, you know, the teenagers who would apply for those summer jobs are now getting 80 grand each, so aren't working there. So they'd go out to a national park and find the national park employees aren't working there. Like, some large number of people would continue working their jobs, but it would disproportionately hit sectors that people work for money more than job satisfaction. The whole world would have to move to people working jobs because they want to. And this is the... Also, I'm gonna up my render distance. I don't know how high it needs to go. I think 71, let's just say. It's gonna lag for a bit, chat. It's okay that it lags for a bit. Oh yeah, very laggy. There's the mountain. We can see it. Look, it goes above the cloud height. Chat, it's there. We did it. Have to have a job to get your 80 grand. Well, then it's not universal basic income. It's what's the word for that? Like a minimum. You'd be setting the minimum wage at 80 grand basically. Because if you say it's just because if you say it's just you have to have a job, fine, I'll work 2 hours volunteering in a charity shop. You know, you could also nice mountain. Look at it. Look at the beauty of this mountain, chat. I have come so far. I've gone so far, and that's so far. But in the end, it really does matter. Oh yeah, the mountain. It's here. And boy, am I excited about that. If you can't bring the mountain to Muhammad. Exactly. We did it. For capitalism to work, there has to be a poor majority and a rich minority, or the currency becomes worth nothing. I mean, there are countries that you know, like I'm not talking about economic systems on the bridge. Actually, that's I think I think that something interesting though is a lot of people do think to themselves, like it's weird. Sometimes we think really optimistically about stuff. But when it comes to anything that involves stuff like that, we think pessimistically. It's like probably a good check and balance on like, because one of the big problems is that governments are also, are we almost there now, be treating it like a podcast as casualology? You know, casualology, high pressure. What topic do you want the podcast to discuss next? You get to decide right now. You get one message, one chance, don't blow it. What's it gonna be? Also, if all wealth in the US was distributed equally and all the wealth in Canada was distributed equally, Canadians would be richer by 60k each. That can't be true. I guess you're saying wealth and... Is that true? Is there more wealth per capita in Canada? Ryan does stuff? Are you like counting companies maybe? Because I feel like Canada has a lot of like oil giants and... Like there's a similar amount of oil wealth in Canada, or like there's a higher proportionally per person amount of oil wealth. Waste of non-renewable resource. Every fiat current in history has gone to zero. The dollar will be no different. That's not true at all, Flavor. The pound hasn't hit zero. The yen hasn't hit zero. The one, you know, bad example. It's very, very, very low. The Kuwaiti dinar hasn't hit zero. The Irish pound didn't hit zero, and it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, I guess you could argue it's worth zero, but it's worth some number of euros, and euros are worth real things. But yeah, Casual Boy, British cheese pricing and how you feel about it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I love the cheese section. You go in there and you're like, oh, what cheese would I like? You are spoilt for cheese-oise. Cheese. When you go to the cheese aisle. It's a great time. I think a guarantee of housing, food, and utility should be the aim. And I don't think eBay is best place for that. Yeah, also, Darkman, oh! Is there any secret guy? Wait, no. There's a... Wait, oh no, that was something else. That's Darren Hughes! I'm sorry, I yelled out Darkman instead of Darian. You know, actually, very similarly pronounced. So I'm gonna let myself have that one. But yeah, my favorite thing, I love at Tesco, you get two bags of grated cheese for £3. When I was younger, my grandma used to pay me 50p because I was so money motivated. Like, she knew that she could pay me 20p, but like as a treat, she'd pay me 50. She'd be like, grate this whole block of cheese, and then we put it in a bag, and she'd have grated cheese for less than the store would charge, you know. As a pro tip, by the way, that's actually a bad thing because the store puts there's some form of preservative they put around it, so you can leave the bag like that. But if you grate regular cheese, it all becomes edge and it goes bad worse. But you know, my grandparents don't care. I think no one's grandparents care about like food being in good condition. But thank you, Darren Hughes. Darian. Thank you very much, Darren Hughes. The new gifted members are going to enjoy the new members only content. So yeah, I've got a couple of goofy things that are gonna. I've got one members only video for Infinite Craft. I've got a members first video for getting. I forgot what the challenge was actually. Harrison has it right now. Oh yeah, I saw someone who like they could name 100 Pokemon but not 100 women, and then I started thinking, could I name 100 Minecraft blocks? And so my challenge was, how many Minecraft blocks could I name? Anti-caking, not sure. That's what it is, anti-caking. Yeah, you want to buy grated cheese. You want to buy pre-grated, pro tip. And yeah, what I love about Tesco is they have so many choices of pre-grated cheese. So I buy one bag of pre-grated red Leicester, one bag of like, 50% fat mozzarella or something like that. And then that way you get the cheese that you can throw in your mouth. And you get the cheese, because ultimately cheeses, you think cheese is incredible, but wait till you try a couple of cheeses together. Mozzarella is really, really stretchy. It has great texture. Red Leicester has great taste. Why do you have to pick one or the other? It's not like bread, where people would look at you like a mad, like an insane villain had escaped from the asylum. However, also IBX Toycat, I could be wrong with numbers. But I googled total wealth in country, total people in country, and it took the first number found, divided it. So I didn't verify it. I know that it's always surprising, like, the richest people in the world per capita are, like, Australians. So I could believe that, Canada has a higher median... Wait, median? Yeah, median wealth. Although I guess the actual value you need is mean, right? Like, the actual average. Also, chat, we're so close now. It's almost nighttime. Do I have enough slabs to get there? What do you reckon? But yeah, there's a mountain. I'm gonna have a stone pickaxe and a stone axe and a stone shovel and a stone sword, maybe even, if we can dream so big. I reckon you could easily name 100 blocks, says Holly Naraska. Thank you. I appreciate that. I did name 100 easily, but how many could I name? I was surprised. I got more than I was expecting to. I find English cheeses to be tasteless and the ones that have cheese to have bad texture. Oh, try red Leicester. It could be, like, my favorite cheeses are, like, admittedly, Brie is French. No, actually, I think Brie might be Cornish. There's Brie from Cornwall, anyway. I love a good Brie cheese. But Brie is mostly there for, like, I feel like Brie works perfectly as, like, again, it's like a texture of a flavor thing. I think people have surprisingly strong opinions about whole wheat bread, and my sample size are pretty small. Add sodium citrate to any sauce you want emulsified. I'm serious. I have no investment in sodium citrate. Sodium citrate just isn't an ingredient I have. I have this, like, admittedly, like I live with people who cook sometimes. Oh god, chat. That almost horribly wrong. Okay, so make one of those. Make one of those. It's made from the wrong blocks again, but that's fine. So we're almost there now, chat. We're almost there. It's the home stretch now. Or the away stretch. I don't know what we call it. But we're getting pretty darn close. Have you gotten sugarcane in this world, says KMB? I haven't yet, no. I really want some sugarcane. I'm hoping for a Wandering Trader, but, like, the way he spawns seems very non-existent to me. So that's a big problem I have. Okay, so I have to go down here very carefully. Let's go. Last free 400 blocks now. Wait, so Wikipedia says I'm wrong. They probably did better research. Ah, that's a bummer. But yeah, I don't trip at the finish line. Don't get killed by an invisible polar bear. Yeah, my big fear is I'll accidentally go below 200, just like... I'm going to be like a kid in a candy shop, right, chat? I've not had... The entire terrain I've had access to so far has been, like, 5 trees, 33 dirt blocks, and an igloo. That is all of the blocks that I have. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have, like, 120 stone. Maybe even more if we can bridge between the islands here. It's going to be insane. And it looks like there's some dirt here, too. If we should be so lucky... I cannot believe we can be. So, yeah, I don't mind finding out I was wrong, because then after that, I get to be right. Yeah, the problem is, I think, to go back to my earlier point, a lot of people get scared at the idea of not knowing. Because there are so many questions in life we have to not know the answer to. Like, at some point you have to know, like, the objectively correct thing to do in the balance between career and health and family and friends, there is no objectively right balance. You will always spend time wondering, should I have spent more time on one than the other? You know, should I neglect my health to spend more time with friends? Should I neglect my friends to spend more on my health? You know, like, if your friends are only going out drinking, is it wise to go with them? So, like, every decision you make like that, there's a trade-off that you'll not know the answer to until it's too late. But even, like, big questions like, will humans ever make it outside of our, you know, galaxy, outside of our solar system even, let's say? We genuinely don't know yet. We might know one day, but it won't be within your lifetime. As someone who loves sci-fi, it's one of the, like, most depressing truths. Is that you, that one of the most depressing truths is you're never going to learn some things. You know, like what happens when we die. You know, some people have a really good theory about that one. But like all the logic, all the evidence will point you towards a theory that you don't like. And so wouldn't it be nicer if there was something better in there? Do you shop at Asda? Because I have some cool Asda facts, such as, did you know the world's largest Asda is in Milton Keynes? I've been to the Asda in Milton Keynes. I just assumed that's how big Asdas were. I think it was my nearest Asda growing up. I never went to Asda growing up. Weirdly enough, actually. I wish my parents had taken me to an Asda. But apparently they hated me. So chat, I really need to use the bathroom. Yeah, I really need to use the bathroom. Should I go now? Now is the safest place, right? Okay, chat, we're going to stare at the mountain. And I'm going to use the bathroom. Wish me luck. If I die here, I will be sad. You know, actually, I've got enough blocks that I think I can afford to do this. So I'll just put a little block there, and a block here, and a block here, and a block there. And then a slab on both of these. And that should minimize some of my risk. Okay. Be right back, chat. See you soon. Just yell or tip me if I'm about to die. Hey, I didn't die.
Motherfucking share stream. Let's go.
Okay. So, I have enough time to make it to the mountain before nightfall. So that's what I'm gonna do. Did you wash your hands? I mean, my hands are wet, but I might have peed on them, so who's to say? Took out the chair, said the hard R, and he's gonna get cancelled. Oh, the hard R. You gotta say it with an A, chair. You gotta say it with an A. For some reason, that makes it different. Also, Simple Simon! Hello, it's IBX Toy Chair, and today we're bridging to a mountain and dying seconds before arriving. Wouldn't now just be the most perfect time to die, chat? Like, wouldn't it just be? Wouldn't it be beautiful to have this full 2-hour adventure that ends with me being like, oh, whoopsie, and then it all being over? The answer is yes. Yes, it would be. Can you imagine someone else playing in this world, but normally, and they just see you in the sky? That's a fun idea, KMB. We should invite someone, but specifically tell them they can't go above Y100. Like, create a separation. Very, very good idea. Also, look, we're so close now, chat. We're so close. So I'm hoping to find some gravel here. If I don't, I can go a little further away. But, yeah. Also, I like the IBX2 toy chair. Do you have any other secret lab items? I got a footrest for Christmas. Wait, the footrest for Christmas? Do I have a footrest? Should I make a footrest? Do I already make a footrest? Have an existential crisis about dying before humans go to the stars, says Luke. Yeah, it's depressing, isn't it? We as a species, we might make it interplanetary. We might one day be a multi-planetary species. You know, the same divisions we have right now about, like, again, let's just, to keep things simple, because I would say there are 3 groups of people if you simplify the world down. You've got Europeans, Asians, and Africans, right? Like, in terms of, like, there are native people to other continents, and, you know, like, in terms of if you really group the world into 3, you could say that. And then the majority of people living on the other 3 continents are made up of those 3 groups. It's largely Europeans, which is really interesting, because Europeans are the smallest of them. But anyway, if you really, really simplify the world down, that's what you get. But the Europeans who live in Europe really disagree with the Europeans who live in New Europe, you know? The Europeans in Amsterdam and the Europeans in New Amsterdam have really stark disagreements about how a country should be run. I'm here, chap! I'm here! I've done it! As long as I don't get blown up by a creeper, I'm living good now. Which, by the way, is a very real possibility. So I need to get all of this snow. It's gonna be... In fact, I have to make a chest or something. I'm here! It's incredible! I'm so happy. I am so happy to see. Look at this. I can mine stone, and then I can make a stone pickaxe. I feel like a husky playing around in the snow right now. Let's make ourselves a crafting table, and let's make ourselves a stone pickaxe, shall we? So yeah, it's finally happened. My first... It's taken me 44 Minecraft days, chat. But I now officially have a stone pickaxe. Woo-wee! This is the equivalent of reaching the moon. Exactly. It is exactly the same. If anything, more impressive, I would say. No chest challenge. Rose speaks about space I'm never going to get to know. Started my existential crisis a few years ago, says Jonathan Dad. Yeah, like, I think existential crises can really help you out. So I'm going to turn down my render distance now that I'm here. It's lagging me a little bit. Might lead to my death. I think existential crises can be used for really good things, because, like, it might be really depressing on some level, but you can use that as a positive of, like, oh, well, if nothing matters anyway, then I can just live my life and enjoy it a certain way, you know? So I probably should make myself like a furnace and do stuff with that. But we are just gonna go to bed as soon as we can, chat. So I'm gonna mine the top of this mountain all the way down. Yeah, I'm gonna flatten this entire place. Please don't die to snowier snow. I think one of the most fascinating things is how long the universe will actually last. Black holes will last for trillions of years. Yeah, the length of the universe relative to our lifespan is just incomprehensible. Because it's like, you know how, like, do you ever hear about, like, I think it's flies live for 24 hours? And you think to yourself, like, how can that be your whole life? And I think that's how, like, the universe looks at us. It's like, wait, you guys live for, what, 80 years? That's not even a millennium. Like, you're gonna be born and die in the same millennium? Well, not me, actually. I was born in the 90s. Sorry, I was born in the 1000s. And I'll get to see the 2000s. I already have seen the 2000s. I've seen 2 millenniums, chat. It's kind of cool when you think about it that way. It's also kind of nuts, huh? Sorry, that's giving me an existential crisis right now, chat. Can you believe that we went from 1900 to 2000 in my lifetime? Also, we failed the no chest challenge. Sorry, it's all over now. No chest challenge is done. Whew. Anyway, yeah, now we're gonna just we're gonna tear apart all the snow first, because the snow seems to get in the way after destroying the rest. And then we're just gonna destroy all of this. I'm gonna go home with a chest full of cobblestone. And so for me, cobblestone is gonna be a non-renewable resource until I find lava. But I'm gonna have enough of it that it shouldn't matter. Mayflies are the ones who live as adults for a day. Houseflies have lived for a few weeks or a month. Party like it's 1999. Yes, you're right. It isn't even a millennium. It's, no, yeah, it blows my mind to think that we were living in a year that started with a 1, and then we moved to 2, like, recently. You know, I kind of thought that jumping into the 2020s was surreal in the same way. Like, I don't know if you all feel it. I know everyone else agrees with that. But, like, and 2025 feels a bit strange in the same way. Like, we're heading towards the 2030s now. I started recently thinking, this is another depressing thought, but it's really been helpful to me, is like, I'll probably die before 2100. Hey, thank you!
Challenge was my favorite. This is great.
I'm glad you're liking it so much. This has been one of my favorite series too. Like, the moment I saw the seed, I knew that something like this had to be done. And I'm glad that that is something you feel too. Yeah, I'm gonna grab all of the iron, I think. Like, there's gonna be enough iron in the world. No, I mean, I do have to think tactically about it still. But yeah, we're doing great. I'm gonna just destroy this whole mountain, chat. And then, or at least we'll make a flat space on top of it. Like, we'll flatten the mountain. And then we'll move to the next one over there. Like, just move around this entire space. It looks like there might be another peak there and over there. So we've probably got quite a few blocks ahead of us. Still no. Also, the Wandering Trader might spawn around here, chat. Like, we're low enough down and there's enough blocks around. I just hope he chooses to spawn high and not low. Too bad you didn't have fortune. Yeah, I know. The enchanting thing has been getting me down. But yeah, thank you so much, Darren. The fact that this series has, like, resonated with people too is cool. I love that people share my interest in, like, how far can you theoretically take one of these challenges. Yeah, I really like it. Also, you can get a fish if you get a cauldron. I'm going to be able to fish if I get what's the one type of villager? The barrel man. And I am going to go back home and I'm going to start my villager farm up a little bit. It's going to be fun. Also, Toy Cat, going to get greedy and die on the way to another one. Real possibility of that. I'll concede. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, so mountain flattened. No, we got a lot to go. I guess the question is, how much should we flatten up the mountain? I don't want to go back with just... Also, let's make snow blocks. I don't want to go back with just 2 stacks of cobblestone. You know, this is a long journey. Oh. We need to be thinking quite tactically about it. How much cobblestone do we need to bring back with us is a genuine question. So also, I've got 54 more slabs. It's not that many, but let's go back down. I'll try to go carefully. Also, it's look how much terrain there is here, chat. It's so much of it. But now that we can finally go back down, let's head this way. We made a big accomplishment. Let's try and make a bigger one. So I'm gonna walk along the hill here, or along the mountain here. I'm gonna make a little path inside of it, I guess, and then bridge over to the next mountain from here. That seems to me to be the logical thing to do. So we're gonna pick up even more iron. Yeah, I think we're gonna make the furnace. I think the furnace is a no-brainer. So let's find that crafting table. Can I use it from here? Sadly not. Let's make a furnace. And let's place that furnace just, I don't know, like off to the side here, I guess. So there, great place for a furnace. In goes the iron, and then we need something to smelt it with. Shall I get rid of my old wooden sword? I feel like I should just use sticks or something, but yeah, wooden sword, let's throw it in. I don't need it anymore. I'm not going to use it. Throw it in there. And then also like a few spruce planks. That feels wrong. Let's just use a single piece of coal. Like, we've got enough of it, right? Let's just treat ourselves to a piece of non-renewable coal. You can always repurpose one of the furnaces into a smoker for the butcher village. Yeah, I'm going to make myself a smoker and a blast furnace. I really do want to make like a full, complete village. I'm going to have to... Also, the goats might knock me off the edge, chat. that is a thing I have to actually consider. Would be the funniest way to go. But also, I don't want to go. I don't want to fall below Y200. I don't want it to happen, chat. If you're curious about my actual rules, I think if it was like a really close call, and I didn't benefit at all from going down below, I think we could forgive it. But is that what we're describing right now? That's for you to decide. So even more snow blocks. Let's go make another shovel. Probably another 2 shovels, honestly. Let's just treat ourselves to another one now. What does coal have for you that charcoal can't fulfill? Yeah. That's a pretty valid point, actually. Should I just smelt myself up some charcoal? It's more efficient than just using planks, right? No, a plank can... Yeah, it is slightly more efficient than planks. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna use some coal anyway, because even though I can make coal blocks, I've got enough to make coal blocks and bring coal back, and... Yeah, I think I'm gonna be fine. Okay, so there's no coal in here anywhere. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Changed my mind about that one. Let's grab all the coal right now. Like, making a coal block would be handy to add to my collection. But otherwise, I think we're pretty chill. Okay, so snow blocks. Good. Now we're just going to take that coal down. I'm going to be very careful about the way down, just in case I'm missing something. I'm just going to smelt all the iron up, chat. I don't know what I need all this iron for. But I'm going to smelt most of the first iron I find. Because even though later I can turn iron into raw iron and stuff like that, I'm just going to start by smelting a ton of it. With 1 piece of coal. Sure. Actually, yeah, no, that's good. So we can make an iron shovel now. It won't be useful in the slightest. But it's a nice idea, right? Would an iron pickaxe help me? Probably also not. Seeing only yesterday, we were imagining building this... It seems like only yesterday we were imagining building this big path here, says Weed Clan Torrents. Yeah, exactly. We envisioned and we did it. We built a 5,000 block path through the sky. It took a full 2 hours. But now look at me, I tell you. Look at me now. I'm killing it. You should definitely make a cauldron. It's 1 step for renewable lava anyway. Funnily enough, I already have a cauldron, KMB. You can probably work out where from. But yeah, it's very fun that I have one. I have to be very cautious about all those goats. Oh, they bounce a lot. It's cute, but also terrifying. They might knock me from my path here. So I'm going to bridge a little quickly. Make sure I'm not being targeted. Then bridge some more. Okay. Looks like it's going just fine. Any goats? No goats. So yeah, we don't actually probably need more than 1 mountain. I just feel obliged to at least check here. Because if there is a piece of gravel, it will save me going thousands of blocks for the next piece. I need 2 pieces of gravel, chat, to get 2 pieces of flint. And then I can turn wood into emeralds. And once I can turn wood into emeralds, I think things go a bit bonkers. They go very bonkers very quickly. And that is something that I would love to see. I did the same earlier on the IBX Toy Maps Flat World to get an Easter egg. Also, goats do roam. Yeah, the goats sure are roaming. So let's make it just big staircase up here. Oh, you bridged out from the mainland, Cat. Oh, that's so cool. That honestly, it's one of my favorite Easter eggs I think I've ever put on a map. Because it is, like, so obviously there. Or, like, not obviously there, but, like, it's, like, a thing that your curiosity should lead you towards. But it's just so cool to have. Also, it's good to see you here, Dasher. I hope you enjoyed the realm review. And, I hope that you do great without the Toy Cat streams. If you need the injection of anxiety, we can work out something, maybe. But, yeah, for now, let's mine upwards into this. So, yeah, I don't actually need the cauldron. An anvil would be great, though, I think. I think an anvil would go real good for me. And same with like a grindstone, although I don't think a grindstone can be made from this stuff. Also, go back, you passed gravel. I passed gravel? There was gravel at the beginning of the new path? I don't see any gravel. I want to see gravel, chat. You're making me believe in some gravel. But I definitely am not seeing gravel. Okay, so let's make a flat area we can place our bed in. And let's look around to see if there's any... Okay, so let's just make a nice little flat space in here. This can be a space where I can make a bed. And we're going to do precisely that before any hostile mobs spawn anywhere. Just, I don't want to deal with hostile mobs. They don't want to deal with me. First mountain? You sure there was gravel on the first mountain? You're 100% sure, chat? I'll take your word for it. I mean, clearly enough people saw it. It's not a gilded gravel situation. But I am still very curious. By the goats. Okay, so I'm going to go pick up all of this coal. And then I'm going to dig upwards. Actually, I'll dig down from this little spot here. So let's go up and then break some more blocks. Okay, I'm getting myself a ton of snow, by the way. Just like, it is cool because I did need a lot of snow and I was worried I'd have to like farm it basically. But this seems to do basically the same thing, but more effectively. Okay, so we'll mine this down from the top. Because I want to see the cool thing of a mountain not being here anymore. Have you thought about how no matter what version of Minecraft you play, except for really early versions, the sun always rises and sets on your world? I like that continuity. You know, I never thought about it, Canby. That is a kind of nice thing to think about though, like that your world is always going to have, yeah, the world has always had a sunrise to it. It's the same sun, you could even argue. I think there's a lot of continuity features in Minecraft. Also, there is gravel there. Oh, yes. Oh, and there's emeralds, chat. Chat, can you believe that? There are emeralds over here. I can go back. There's no use in mining them, right? Like, an extra emerald isn't worth losing it. Even me, you know, even though I'm mining all this iron, I don't think I'd do it with the emeralds. I think that feels like something else entirely. So I'm going to use my oak logs as a... I'm going to make an oak log using a slab. Assuming it lasts long enough. I think it should. And, wait, are slabs more effective than charcoal then? If that smelts more than one item. Anyway, let's use the charcoal to make 8 more charcoal. And then, because coal is non-renewable in a way that this is not. Or let's just use the charcoal to make 1 more charcoal. Or 2 more or something like that. In the meantime, let's go up to the crafting table. Which I need to make an easier path. So yeah, 2 charcoal seems like a good balance to me. And then let's put the charcoal in there with the iron ore. Okay, boom. So now I need to get up to the top there. And I need to do it without falling down. And then I need to pick up the gravel. So let's temporarily place that in that. I'm going to make an iron pickaxe. Maybe... you know, if I'm not mining the emeralds, I don't need the pickaxe, right? So let's just get up to the crafting table. Because I need to get myself a thing. 1 charcoal makes 8 more. 1 charcoal makes 8 more, Tyler Kowalskis? Yeah, right. 1 charcoal equals 8 more charcoal. That does make sense. So I can now make iron armor or a shield. Oh, imagine me with a shield, chat. Or a minecart. I'm not making a minecart. A smithing table. Oh, there's so many good things you can make. A hopper. I can make the chicken farm automatic. So there's an incredible amount of options that have opened up for me now. But let's just make some pickaxes. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of this. So, but yeah, first I want to go check out that gravel that supposedly exists over here. I've seen it with my eyes, but did I imagine it? Gravel is such a game changer if we have any amount of it. I would love to have some gravel. So I'm going to de-snow the mountain first of all, I think. It's an easy first step. Hey, Toycat, here's your tax. Just wondering what happened to the free beacon netherite. Any plans to finish that up? Love the content. Toycat is yes. I have a, I think I have a problem of, in my Let's Play world, I have this, like, scope issue of, if I make, I think it's like a wider, maybe you could call it like a Minecraft YouTube problem, or maybe it's a me problem, but every time I pick a project that is big enough to be exciting that people want to watch, it becomes, like, overwhelmingly big and, like, tricky to pull off. So this is 200, and we can just mine this block. Yeah, let's do it. So this is 202. Let's mine all the blocks above them first. And then we'll go down to the gravel. And so that project, like, it's gone to the point now where it's like, and now I have to sit and AFK farm forever. And I just, it's not fun to record. It's not fun to do. And so why would I? It's a bit of a struggle. But yeah, that's that's where I'm at right now. I can go down to this block here, by the way, just fine. It's just 200. And there we go. Let's mine it all. So, look how much gravel I've gotten, chat. None of it turned into flint, which is actually handy for taking it back. 13 gravel is coming home with me. Maybe even a bit more if we get some good luck here. And now let's destroy some more snow. And maybe find some more stuff below here. I'm definitely going to have a ton of coal. And maybe even a ton of iron too. But yeah. Do a time lapse of wither skeleton deaths, then continue. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, I have to do like 12 hours of sitting there. And then refresh, you know, like, I don't know, I built myself into a corner on it, and it's like, it's just not fun to me. Also, weird. Oh, everything's broken, chat. Can you hear me? Am I still here? Okay, so something has gone wrong with these snowballs. I think just specifically those snowballs. So let's combine these together, which we can easily do. Okay, pick up some other snowballs. Now let's make some snow blocks. We can't do that. We've got a glitch stack of snowballs, but that's fine. So yeah, my plan now is to make a big flattened area, but it's such a big mountain, I think it will take a good while to flatten. I've still only got 3 or 4 stacks of cobblestone, and given that I need to make like stone bricks and like stone everything else, it's gonna be kind of crazy. Do the AFK while you sleep, and don't record it. Yeah, it's, like, I guess that's just my... Yeah, I don't know, like, I need to, like, get myself into a healthy relationship with my Let's Play world. Because right now, I feel like the things I really want to do in there, no one cares about. I need to find the... It's like the realm review thing. I need to find that happy place where people like it, and I like it. And, yeah, I'm hoping we get there soon. So, yeah, this is far too much snow, chat. I've got a problematic amount of snow. But I am going to need this for getting some blocks from the ground later. It's a very, very fun thing that I have the possibility of opening up. And if we if we make this place low enough and flat enough, I think we genuinely will get a wandering trader spawning here. I feel very good about that happening. So, let's believe in ourselves. Although, you know, it's 11 PM here, chat. Jesus Christ, it's late. I have to make some more shovels. In fact, let's use the wooden shovel up. Because while we're just removing slabs like this, it doesn't make a difference what shovel we have anyway. So yeah, looking around here, you can see there's more blocks to be had. Quite a lot more. Yeah, I have as much cobblestone as I probably have a desire to take, which is a good place to be in. I don't think there's any lava in these mountains. And I don't think there's going to be any ores besides... Wait, I'll check. I think iron, emeralds, and coal are the only ones we'll find. I think copper spawns up to 112, so we're not going to find that. Don't die while I'm away with a doctor for an ear infection. Don't worry, no death happening. I'm tired and want to sleep for a bit. You should definitely be sleeping for a lot at this time of day. You're just not to tell you how to live your life, but you definitely should be. Yeah, no, guy. Something I want to give some credit to, by the way, is Cat. I feel like Cat is a very lovely moderator here who manages to be here even at like absurd hours, you know, and that's like as a parent. So, real credit to you for managing to stay through. As I'm just here, like, you know, what if I just mine a mountain for fun? Thank you for that. I'm happy to help with high efficiency designs with the wither skellies. Yeah, it's the problem of like, it's solving a problem I don't enjoy solving. And it's weird to say that, like, I would rather solve the problem of how do you survive above Y200. And, like, I love destroying this mountain with a stone pickaxe more than I would love trying to make a high efficiency with a skeleton design. It feels like I'm not meant to say that, you know? It feels like I'm meant to be like, no, I love the high efficiency with the skeletons. But it's just not where my heart is, you know? I've seen a reachable dirt block. You have? Where? Oh, yeah! Reachable dirt. You're totally right. Let's make a couple more shovels. Clearly we need to make them in twos. Shovel, shovel. And let's get it. Let's treat ourselves, chat. We could even make some wood, and then if we wanted to, we could make the journey back home a bit easier. Okay, what is this? 1 dirt block, 2 dirt blocks, 3 dirt... Oh, chat, look at the treat this is. Okay, I gotta... I got like the scariest... Like, I got like a... What I assumed was an important buzz. Oh, it's, No, I don't know what it is. Chat, I got like a... like, oh yeah, this is urgent. It was nothing. I have such a bad relationship with phone notifications. I might need to turn off more of them. Okay, so I've now... Oh man, there's even more. There's even more dirt, chat. There's so much reachable dirt right here. Oh yeah, look how much dirt I'm getting. I'm killing it. Okay, so I have an extra 21 dirt to bring home with me, plus the gravel. This has been a trip for the ages. I don't want to call it a day yet, though, chat. I don't want to. I really, really don't want to. Your phone is haunted. Still thinking of the flat world in type terms, where villagers have endgame and fishing is most of the source for enchanted books. Yeah, I think going fishing could get me a lot of if I make an if I can build myself an anvil, I could go fishing for books, right? That actually, I might have to do fishing stream, but Sky Edition. That is a fun idea that we might have ahead of us. So, fishing is a way to the librarian, as Toycat can have a grindstone. Oh yeah, I can just make a librarian. I don't have to, you know, there goes my fun. So I think this chest is finally going to have to go down. I can sort what I do and don't want from it later, but for now we do need to place it just down somewhere, right? So in there goes all of the snow blocks and like a pile of cobblestone or two. Just trying to keep my inventory somewhat organized here. And yeah, we definitely should just get enough iron to make a furnace, and that should be our leaving point. I can mine stone forever. No, dirt, gravel, furnace. No, dirt, gravel, iron. Let's make those our priorities in that order. You would need water to fish in, which I can get from a barrel villager. Please don't attempt to fish for a mending book. I mean, but it was one of my favorite things when I did it. But yeah, if we can find some iron, we should do precisely that. Where the iron at? I definitely saw some down here. Hey, thank you, Darren Hughes. Give this to Cat.
Give this to Cat.
Sure. Wow, thank you very much. I'll speak to Cat right after the stream, and I have no food, chat. That was not a good decision. I'll speak to Cat after the stream. I'll work out how to get it to her. Cat tip. Can't believe we got a cat tip. It's so scary to come back to these streams, says Larry Nannery. I know, right? Okay, you know, it's like 11:30. I've got one day left before I leave for my multi-country trip. Very excited for it, but it also means I've got a lot of preparing to do, including this very video. Tomorrow I'm going to be spending a lot of hours playing Igloo Claw tomorrow. It's gonna be some fun. But yeah, I think to put it simply, we have yeah, okay, so coal is not iron. Iron is iron though. Once we get enough iron to make a furnace, that's when I'm gonna cool it out. But yeah, congrats to Cat. We got a cat tip in here. Also, I love your video, says Jespy. Thank you. I'm sure I would love yours too. Okay, so this is now 19 iron. Add it to the 14 I've got. That's 33. I think that means we've finally got enough. And so the only other thing we want to get is all of the dirt. And then I think we might have to call it a day and... Oh, not a day, but like call it... Yeah, I mean, call it a day. I'll put the other charcoal in there. And then I'll grab all of the dirt that I can see. Oh, there's more iron here. I'll pick it up. Again, I want to have more iron than that, so we might as well, if we can see it. Let's pick it up, right? Easy peasy iron for me. And then we'll just go looking for any last sign of dirt, because like this is incredible, right? The amount of struggles I've had to go through to look for dirt. It's incredible to just see a couple being given to me as a freebie. And so I'll take it. Whew. Did you care about the emeralds on the mountain? I've got to struggle with the emeralds on the mountain. If I mine the emeralds, I get 1 emerald, but if I leave the emerald until I have silk touch, I can come back here later and I can silk touch them. And that seems crazy to be thinking that far in advance. But I'm really liking this series, so I think that is the name of the game. Okay. So yeah, let's also, you should double check the other mountain just in case. Yeah, like, wait, double check it for what? I mean, there is going to be more of everything that I want. But I don't think more makes better at this point. I think I've got... I mean, dirt would be more equals better. Like, every piece of dirt I get brings me closer to a utopia. Speaking of utopia, Isabel, remove this from Kat's donation. Okay, Kat. I'll be getting in touch with you with around about $99. I'll be in touch. You know, I'll speak to you. Yeah, again, I feel like it'll be easy enough to do PayPal or something. You know, isn't it cool how many ways there are to send money? If this was like the 1500s, and I heard that my pal from Scotland needed some money, I'd be like, I'd better send someone with money, but how do I know the person won't take the money? Ooh, it's a big problem I see. You know, but now it's easy. You know, there's a company started by Elon Musk, funnily enough, where you can just do that. Or I could my bank. You know, there's ways to move things. I assumed Cat you get, but yeah, I think Lamau, what the hell? I'd say the stream was a big W. Yeah, I'm amazed at how useful this stream has been. I'm also amazed that there was only that much dirt. It feels like if it was dirt there, there'd be dirt like somewhere else. But I think amazingly enough, there's not. A part of me wants to flatten this. Chat, is it worth sitting here, flattening the mountain, and then just hoping a wandering trader spawns? Or is that craziness and there's never going to be a wandering trader? I might leave a copy of this running overnight just to see if any traders spawn. Because I'm so curious. Like, how can you not be so curious? Yeah, it's what I want to do. I need to know. Is this world like... Maybe they don't like hardcore. Maybe they don't like this seed. Whatever it is, there do not be a wandering trader. And that is a very depressing fact. Also, I hate Minecraft Bedrock being Minecraft Bedrock sometimes. Why are you gonna be like this? So yeah, there's no dirt below the snow there. And nowhere else can I see there is any more dirt. Maybe over there, but that might be below 200. And so we got a nice 19 blocks of dirt, 27 blocks of dirt now. We've got 27 blocks of dirt to bring back with us. And we also have enough iron. No, I keep trying to end the stream chat, and then I'm like, oh, but I can't leave with this much. 30 iron is not enough. Oh, no. Should not have done that. That's a mess up. Yeah, I'm gonna go find some more iron. I'm sorry. I wanna be done. I wanna finish. I wanna enjoy the last half an hour before I sleep. Like I have to like wind down, or my brain just doesn't sleep. It sits there in bed being like, here's a moment you should relive. Here's a thing that you did. You were at a gathering and you said some words. And everyone looked at you and then just continued talking. You know, start doing that to me. Weirdly enough, I lay in bed and I think about video ideas and I'm like, this is the best idea ever. You need to start doing it right now or you'll lose it. And I have to be like, no, it's not necessarily a good idea. It's just my brain trying to trick me into being awake. The moment I start being awake, I'm not going to work more productively. I'm going to be very tired. But the brain is very good at tricking the body sometimes. Okay, is there any sign... Oh. Any sign of dirt on this side of the mountain? I don't think there is. I mean, we just bring the raw iron back home with us, because I need to make enough raw iron for a block too. Because I want to have as many unique blocks as is possible at the end of these 100 days. That's my goal, and I intend to stick with it. So, let's go. Iron. Just write it down for later. No, because then you have to get out your phone, and like I've got like a personality where if I pull out my phone, the first thing that draws my attention, and I'm like, oh god, I've been ignoring this for too long, I've got to deal with this. By the time I've dealt with it, I forget about the thing I was on there for. I know that about myself. That's why I come up with the ideas. It's like, aha. If I come up with an idea, I have to pull out my phone, and then, you know, it's my brain trying to trick my brain. And I'm smart enough or dumb enough to let it. Or to not let it. Anyway, yeah, I think that is as much value as we're getting from the mountain. I would mine all the rest of the iron, and I think I would get a lot of value from it. Oh, there's a lot of iron just down there, actually. There's a lot of iron all the way around here. But I think this is a healthy amount to take home with me. 10 raw iron plus the 30 ingots, plus whatever's in that furnace right now. Plus, I'll use these blocks here. Let's do it. So let's make snow blocks, and then let's use the snow blocks to get the raw iron. If I mine all these blocks, then I can just fill in the gap with snow, and I'll be just fine. I'll get the gravel this way, actually. The gravel is a much more limited resource. So this is 201, this is 200, which means I'm safe. Let's also mine the gravel block down. Hope it goes in the right direction. I think that's slightly closer to the left than the right, so if I do that, it goes away forever. Whoopsie. Shouldn't have done that. Put that over there, put this over there, and then more iron for me. Okay, so chat, at the end of day 47, I've got to say, we've achieved a lot today, and but this is the end for the streams for now. I will be continuing onwards, probably off stream tomorrow, and then I think I'll be back with the Igloo series later. I need to get back to the Nomad run, honestly, first, but I liked the Igloo world a lot, and if you do too, we might continue it when I'm back. But this has been a really fun stream. If Toycat has to send Darren's money to Cat, he may as well send more if anyone else has any cat tips. Yeah, if you have any tips for Cat, send them over and I'll get them sent her way. If you like to, just throw it in your message. I'll make that happen if it's today. I don't want to deal with the administration of doing it regularly. So make it happen now. Make it one payment, so I'm not, you know, like that's the make it easy peasy. Anyway, yeah, today's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We made some amazing progress in this world, and we have an incredible amount of blocks to come with us. And now the challenge is just working out which blocks should come. I guess this... Yeah, this works. Yeah, I think... Also, look at that, level 15! Very excited about the future of this world, and I hope that you're excited to see it too. Or you can watch the video where I die on day 49, but we'll see. We'll see in the time I'm gone if it gets edited in that time, because it's a big project. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you in 2 weeks. It's like tomorrow, but different. And if you become a channel member, you can see the members-only content releasing in that time, including me just goofing off trying to name Minecraft blocks. Yeah, it's the longest trip I'm going on for a while. Oh, I never got around to playing the Zelda game. Whoopsie.